You're in Maz. Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5, the Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Bruins had last night off. They'll wrap up a home-and-home with Toronto this evening at TD Garden. Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers have the pregame at 6:30 and the face-off at 7. Here on 98.5, the Sports Hub. Bruins have won 6 straight. Last night, former Bruins captain Zdeno Chara was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. He spoke about his Stanley Cup win in 2011.
We had a very tight group of players in that Bruins room. It was such, bunch of guys who didn't want to disappoint their teammates. We wanted to go hard each and every night. Well, I can tell you, everyone on that Bruins team knew their role. We had a very, very special team.
The guy he replaced as the Bruins captain, Joe Thornton, was also inducted last night. Celtics wrap up a 3-game road trip in Philadelphia this evening. Grandy and Max have the pregame at 7 and the tip-off at 7:30 over on 105.7 WROR. Patriots play the Jets Thursday night. They released an estimated injury report yesterday. Tight end Austin Hooper would have been the only player to miss it with a concussion, and that means Ramondre Stevenson and Keyshawn Boutte would have been out there. The Jets wouldn't have had Top Gun Garrett Wilson. He's expected to miss the next 3 to 4 weeks with a sprained knee. Rob Gronkowski will sign a one-day contract and retire a New England Patriot tomorrow afternoon. Cincinnati is expected to have Joe Burrow on the field tomorrow. His 21-day clock begins as he makes his way back from IR. Patriots visit Cincinnati a week from Sunday. Giants fired head coach Brian Daboll yesterday and replaced him with offensive coordinator Mike Kafka. Patriots play the Giants 2 weeks from Monday. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Catches Law. At Catches, they specialize in helping those who have been injured not only from a one-time incident, but from a lifetime of hard work and labor. Does this sound like you? Visit CatchesLaw.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 6:30.
Boston Talk Sports.
Drake May. We all know what, but we won't say what. Yeah, worst take on these airwaves in the last 24 hours.
We may not take a call today.
The Sports Hub.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher
You might hate me, but you're listening.
and Hardy
Don't bother me. I'm at the Pickle Palace.
on 98.5.
I know what I'm capable of.
He said something about peanut butter, right?
Yeah. Boning, baby. Make America nut again.
That's gross. That's disgusting.
Let's talk about cheese.
What are you going to have for lunch?
I was at dinner with my wife and a friend.
Kitty, kitty, pussy, kitty, kitty, kitty. Flap, flap, flap.
Shut up, I'm trying to talk to Paul.
Toucher and Hardy
Good luck trying to put your finger in it when there's a million holes.
on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
Hey. Absolutely. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are Toucher and Hardy, Town Fair Attire Studios. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. Did I give the number? All right. Jay Stu last night running into Bird at Raw.
Yeah.
Apparently Raw. Was it Raw or was it something else?
Yeah.
It was Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw at the Garden.
Absolutely.
I wish you were a real bird. That I could break.
Anywho.
I could break its neck. Look at you. You're obviously.
That's right before the lights go out. Right there.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Too
just
much, maybe?
Just watching a bag of stuff die. Ah. That's me skipping, putting stuff in the bag.
Okay.
And then we sit around and watch it die. I say, Dundero, can I borrow your novelty X-ray specs so I can watch this sack of kittens pass away?
Yeah.
Yep. Ain't nothing but trash now.
One big bag.
One big bag of trash.
Ho!
Take that, litter company. You don't stand a chance. All right.
I had a terrible thing happen to me yesterday.
What happened?
Okay. No, I wasn't feeling great. I said, here's something that will make me feel both melancholy but good.
Mm-hmm.
The Stoughton True Value is closing its doors.
Oh, it's too bad.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
This is terrible news. This is a great hardware store. I mean, you go into this place with, I was doing a wall mount for the TV, and I need 4 of these bolts, but they only put 2 in the package. You know, you walk in there, immediately you walk in, someone's right on you. What do you need?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I need 2 more of these. Let's go. And they walk you to the back, and they start opening all the drawers, and they're, checking the threads and all this stuff. Doesn't matter what you're looking for. They've got it. Might be a little hidden, but there's someone there to help, and they're always great. There was a great dog that was in there, Parker. You go in there, my kids always wanted to go see Parker, see if the dog was around. I got the notice that the store was closing.
You got the notice?
They
informed you?
I saw it online, and then I got an
okay.
email because I'm part of the rewards program or something.
Okay.
And it, this is very sad. However, in a situation like this, there is a sale, a liquidation sale, right? And come on in, right? Store's going to be closed in another month. Get what you need while you can. So this used to be my go-to place for furnace filters. Still is, as of yesterday. But I went in there, and I just went nuts. I'm like, hey, they got laundry baskets here. I've never seen this. Our laundry baskets are crap. The handle's cracked on one of them. We never have enough. Going into one of the kids' rooms to empty out their clean clothes so I can get an empty laundry basket so I can do mine. I'll pick up a couple of laundry baskets. Hey, we're missing a garage door remote. Nobody knows, where it went. But they've got a programmable one here. I'll pick up one of those. Oh, extra stepladder for the garage. Absolutely. Look at this. It's got a little shelf to hold things. I love it. So I get all this stuff, including 6, count them, John, 6 furnace filters, the air filters. I figure I'll be stocked up.
For the next 50 years.
No, but for the next year anyway.
Oh.
Change
How
them
often do you swap those out?
You're supposed to every 3 months. I push it. I go about 4.
I haven't done one in 2 years. Whoopsies.
Oh, Fred.
It's been at least 3 for me.
Oh, God. Oh, God. The fire hazard, but the efficiency. It's just trying to force air through that thing, and it's not going anywhere. All right. Well, you may be in luck because I brought everything home, and I'm so pleased with my bounty, my harvest. And I take 3 of the filters upstairs. I'm going to install one, leave 2 next to the furnace, have it ready to go. Bought the wrong size.
Oh, I hate that.
For the first time. And what an ass I am. I've been buying the same size filters for 7 years. You'd think I would know it like I know my own birthday. Wrong size. So, Fred, I'm sure you know, what size air filter does your furnace require?
748.
No. Give me the dimensions in inches.
7 by 4 by 8 by 10.
John, that's not a dimension. John, what size do you need?
It's model number 462.
Again, not a thing. 12? What size air filter do you need?
Wood stove, furnace, get out of here. Come on.
Stupid.
Pellet stuff.
What?
No, a different kind of pellets. So now, because it is a liquidation sale, what are all sales?
Final.
You got it.
Oh, boy.
I got to go back in there today, tail tucked, hat in hand.
Well, you're part of the inner circle. You're part of the club rewards member. Surely they'll cut you a break after all these years. You've been taking your kids since they were young to visit the dog in the place. I'm sure they'll cut you a break.
I'm going to walk in there, and I'm going to see if they have the correct size. And if they do, I will ask them to make a swap. But if they don't, I'm stuck with, and these are good ones. These are the 1000 MERV filtrate, air filters. They're not cheap. Go big or go home.
Yeah, that's like a bygone era when there were 1,000 MERVs.
Oh, yeah. But totally worth it.
Now there's only Merv Griffin.
It's the only place you could have taken that.
Well, what?
I mean, Merv used to be a name.
Well, let me ask you something. What microparticle performance rating do you use in your filters?
17.
I go 1,000. So you go 1,700?
No, I mean, you pop on as many zeros as you want. We just call it the 1-7.
But if I can't swap them, then what do you do? Do you try and take them to like a Home Depot? Because I've done this before. Say, hey, I bought the wrong size.
Sure you do.
And they go, sure, let me take, beep. These aren't from here.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
You've done that before.
They'll never let you back in.
Did you get arrested?
I have done that before. That's
fraud.
It's very embarrassing. But that's the whole point of this great Stoughton True Value. You don't have to go to one of the big places. This is closer to my house, and they're right there to help you. And oh man, it's bad. So that's what I got on the tap for today. If I'm feeling up to it, I may not.
Yeah, Hardy's already talking about calling in sick tomorrow.
That's right. Well, I don't feel any better. It's been this is day 5.
No, sometimes you gotta, especially after the weekend. If you didn't feel better over the weekend, you gotta just take a day and sleep. That's got to be done.
Take the medication, knock yourself out.
What medication would that be, John? Because you're gonna say something offensive.
How would I say something offensive?
It's gonna be like take the medication. You're gonna say like take like Advil PM, and then you're gonna like knock yourself out for 12 hours.
I was gonna say NyQuil.
Please.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's offensive.
Would you finally get it through your thick skull? I got a short fuse today, and you've already gotten on my nerves. Just get it through your head that your body doesn't react the same way the rest of ours do. NyQuil works on me. Advil PM works on me.
If you take 2 Advil PM, you're like
I probably wouldn't wake up the next day.
It's probably true.
I take 1.
That's right.
And maybe once every 2 weeks. That is like, all right, I got to get some sleep. I'm going to take 1 Advil PM.
And you're dragging the next day.
Yeah,
because of the effects of the light Benadryl. Has got you in a coma. I understand. John takes melatonin.
I have, yes.
Which is just you might as well take a sugar pill. Because your body
that's gonna get him all hopped up.
Sugar
like
pill,
25 sugar
then he
pills.
starts acting crazy. But I mean, this idea of taking something to knock yourself out is going to just annoy me. Take NyQuil. Like if you took NyQuil, what happened? He took NyQuil. He's gone. Thank God he didn't drive. All right, Ben, go ahead. Benjamin, go ahead.
Ready, baby.
Benjamin, hello.
Hello, sir. Shout out YouTube, Twitch Nation. We all love you. Hardy.
Yeah.
When's the last time you watched a young little movie called Apollo 13?
Oh, I see where you're going with this. Yeah, well, there's a glimpse of it on the other day, but I didn't sit down and watch it. But you think I could maybe rig something with the materials available to me there in the lunar module?
Absolutely. The hardware store is your lunar module. Go in there. Use your arm to measure things. You will come out a hero, unlike Wallach.
Let me tell you something.
Well, Wallach, give him a break. He took a Tylenol last night. He's still feeling it.
Condolences.
Let me tell you something. If they were just too big and I could cut down one side, no problem. The ones I got are too small. But what I could do, Ben, and you see where I'm going with this? Cut off the border on one, somehow figure out a way to mesh, a section of one with the other, and then slide that sumbitch right in there.
Yeah,
that's a happy day, baby. That's a happy day.
Just take some old socks and create some kind of filter yourself.
Are they dirty?
All right. Well, look, you can't.
At Apollo 13, they do peel off their socks and use them as part of the new the CO2 filter.
How much do those filters cost?
They're like $13 each,
Oof.
and I bought 6 of them.
Oh my God! You touched the sun.
I know.
Jacob, go ahead.
Hardy, worst case, if you can't return those or exchange them, I'm sure Adam would be happy to help you put those on Facebook Marketplace to sell them.
I was thinking about doing the neighborhood app that we use for Live Free or Buy, and maybe putting them on there.
Were you really thinking about that?
Yeah, you can even offer to install them.
Oh, now you're talking. Now a little something in it for you. So you don't even have to sell them. You just say that I'll give them to you if you let me install them. Call me up every 3 months and have me pop by the place. I understand where you're going with that.
Maybe I put limit one per customer so I can go to 6 different locations and install them, everywhere.
But to do that, you'd probably have to take a vitamin B in the morning, and then you could be up for 6 days. So just be careful. Be careful. You don't want to abuse over-the-counter vitamins.
What does affect you in terms of an over-the-counter drug?
Pharmaceutical drug. Oh, over-the-counter drugs?
Yeah.
That, knock me out?
Anything that have some effect on you. If you take Advil,
Well, I mean,
would that help?
Tylenol could lower a fever. Advil can cure a headache.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about this idea of knocking yourself out.
Yeah.
It's preposterous. I mean, I know you're trying to wind me up.
I am not.
But it's preposterous that taking NyQuil is going to put you into some, if you drank a bottle of NyQuil, I'm sure it would have some kind of severe effect.
I don't even do a full dose of NyQuil. I won't do the 30 milliliters. I'll do about 20.
Oh, thank God.
John?
Yes.
Does NyQuil knock you out?
Yes, it does.
Adam probably doesn't take NyQuil.
Yes, no, it's I love the Green Death. It's beautiful. Takes me out.
Okay, it doesn't.
Gives me sleepy times.
Oh, all right, shut up. He's mad at you anyway, Adam Hardy is. So you made him very upset yesterday.
Oh yeah, with the podcast post.
Yeah, so
bang up job.
So watch your childish talk. No, you guys, the NyQuil can make you drowsy. That's fine. Yes, of course. NyQuil, it has Benadryl in it. Like children take, when they have fevers. You take Benadryl and it can make you drowsy, but the idea that it knocks you out, or if you would have to take the next day off because you took, John's point was that you have to take something to knock yourself out and then take the next day off. You've dared to take NyQuil and now you need the next day off because it was so overwhelming to your system that you needed your body just shut down for 18 hours.
That wasn't my point at all.
John, it's exactly what you said.
My point was...
You said take something to knock yourself out and miss work the next day.
Actually, my point was, and maybe I missed Hardy's point altogether, but my point was he is not feeling well. He needs to rest. Take something to knock yourself out and at least get some sleep.
Thank you, John.
That was my point.
Yeah, but you could take something to knock yourself out any day. Now NyQuil's not going to knock you out.
Not according to you, unless you have access to black tar heroin. That's the only thing that seems to work.
To knock me out, perhaps. I mean, so would you guys be in a state of panic if you say got stuck in the elevator?
Sure.
Okay, so
I'm not a fan of this. We've had this discussion off air. I'm not a fan of that either.
I would like to. You should go into special ops if it wouldn't bother you. So, it would put you in a state of at least mild panic, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go through this exercise. So, elevator is stuck. Mm-hmm. They go. All right, we can't get
elevator pitch on the elevator. Okay.
All right, here we go. Boom! It's like Die Hard. Here we go. So no, but you're stuck in there. Go. We don't know when we can get you out. And you go, oh God! And now your heart's palpitating. You're sweating. You're having panic. Someone goes, we can lower you down a dose of NyQuil. Let's do this. You take the dose of NyQuil. Are you asleep?
By the time they rescue you?
No. Does that solve the problem?
I'm not taking random NyQuil from a stranger. That's folly.
Well, no, it would be from I'll excuse that for the use of the word folly, which I enjoyed.
Okay.
It's from it's from EMS. It's what you would. These are trained.
Do I actually see the EMS guy give it to me?
The point is this: if you take the NyQuil,
yes,
are you then your body is rendered you just can't fight it. You're knocked out.
I think it's two different situations.
No,
you're not feeling well.
No, John, I didn't. No,
I thought you were making a comparison. The answer to your question is no, I would not fall right to sleep.
But there are things that if they passed them down to you and they said, take this, that would knock you out, that regardless of how you if you wanted to or not, well, you'd want to, but if as much as you mentally fought it, it would knock you out. The drug would be so overwhelming it would knock you out. That's my definition of being knocked out.
Yes, but
you're stuck on an elevator, someone passes something down to you, you take it, and then you wake up and you're out of the elevator. And then you go, what happened? And they're like, we knocked you out and took you out of the elevator.
Yeah, we lowered down some propofol. We gave you some milk, as Michael Jackson used to call it.
Yeah, now that's an extreme case of being knocked out. Yes, going into a heavy operational slumber.
To John's point, the level of anxiety is different. Like when I went in for the big snip, for the big V.
Oh, yeah.
They gave me Valium to take beforehand, and I forget what painkiller it was, but they said take the Valium and take 2 of these painkillers before you go in. That will, help ensure that you feel no pain immediately after the procedure. And I took them both like an hour, before I left, like I was supposed to. And I showed up there, and they're like, "Did you take the stuff?" And I said, "Yeah." And they said, "You seem really with it." I'm like, "Well, yeah, I guess I'm a little, nervous about this whole thing. You're gonna, be fiddling with my stuff here in a minute. So yeah, maybe I'm a little amped up." And even on the way home, they said, "Wow, you're gonna rest well." I'm like, "Okay." And I got driven home, and I was perfectly fine for 3 hours after I took it. It wasn't until I got home and sat on the couch that I just melted.
Well, that was adrenaline. Yeah, your adrenaline had kept you up. Yeah, like if you take, even like 2 milligrams of Valium, it should, or Xanax or whatever, it should take like a lot of, like most of the edge off, like or all of the edge off, but it's not going to like knock you out. You're a grown man. You could give it to a hyped up dog and it wouldn't calm down. But I'm talking, but the idea of being knocked out, like if you took Ambien and you fought it, believe me, I can tell you from experience, and you fight it, you even if you're fighting and you're not asleep, you might as well be. Because you're acting strange.
What do you take out of Ambien?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. See, that's what happens. You mix that with some alcohol. That's what happens.
Oh. Now, do they recommend that?
Oh yeah, they say to do it all the time.
It's on the bottle.
Yeah, they say what could go wrong
for best results.
Right. They say it's a real fun ride. All right, look. Well, listen, a whole party can come in tomorrow, but I would not if you continue to feel sick. Sometimes you just need one day. All right, but watch it with the over-the-counter medicines and vitamin. We'll be back in just a moment.
Toucher and Hardy, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
president describes himself in 7 words.
A guy in tights and a cape.
And Hardy with blunt honesty.
I am not known as Mr. Fun.
Toucher and Hardy continues on the Sports Hub.
Did you catch the game last night?
Hey, we're Toucher and Hardy, brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game of what happens. So change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lopresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. Hardy, what is going on?
Monday Night Football last night in Green Bay as the Philadelphia Eagles coming into this game with a 6-2 record. We're visiting the Green Bay Packers. We're sitting at 5-2, 5-2-1, excuse me. And also Philadelphia with a new player as of last week. Miami Dolphins trading Jalen Phillips to the Eagles in exchange for a third-round pick. Would he make his presence known in this game? Yes.
And the gun again is low. Puts a man in the motion. He's back. He's being chased. He's being grabbed. He fumbles the football. I think the Eagles have it. Let's see. The Eagles say they have it.
What's with the music?
It's just rocking. That guy plays guitar.
What the hell's going on? What the hell's happening in that game?
Well, the announcer plays the key.
Merrill Reese brought his own thing.
Yeah, he rocks and rolls back there. What do you want
Is
out
that
of
a
him?
highlight or is that the... What the hell?
They hired the guy that used to do Diamond Dave's morning show after he took over Stern.
Yeah, he's got his
Just hanging
uncle.
out, noodling around.
His
yeah.
uncle owned Cafe Wawa.
That's right.
Yeah, we call it track blasting. They invented that
Yeah.
on the David Lee Roth morning show. Not a ton of scoring in this game last night, like as in no scoring in the first 2 quarters.
Did either you watch this game?
I watched
kind of.
part of the first half.
Okay, Joe Buckeye was right before halftime. I happened to have it on, and Joe Buck said, call me crazy, but this has been one of the more entertaining scoreless halves I've ever seen in my life. He did his best.
You're crazy.
Trying to sell the crap out of this game. Why anyone was still watching it in the third quarter?
Yeah,
I
like
don't
a
know.
Super Bowl, an AFC Championship game. These are the things where you go, oh, okay, like wow, they're really going at it.
Yeah,
yeah. November,
probably
prime
not.
time
No.
after if you sat down and 4 windows of football over the last day and a half. I mean, yeah, you're saying to yourself,
It's pretty entertaining, huh?
yeah, you're saying to yourself, maybe I've watched enough football. That's the thing about Sunday night football too, is that if it's a game you don't have any vested interest in, and this doesn't count gamblers, whatever, but unless it's like teams that you're interested in, that's a big ask sometimes. Because if you sat down and watched football like during the course of the day, you've invested 7-8 hours in football between highlights and everything else and flipping around. That's a big ask. Sometimes that's too much football. I got to be honest. And Thursday, sometimes the football comes too fast and furious. By the way, I've been told I need a parking pass for Thursday's game, or else I'm going to take a lift. I decided. Okay.
Yeah. You're fine.
Yeah.
When was there a touchdown scored in this? Well, there was a third quarter field goal to put the Eagles up 3-0. Fourth quarter before either one of the teams found the end zone.
Jahan Dotson in motion. Hurts fakes, looks, steps up. He is floating the football. It is for Devontae Smith. Touchdown!
Smitty got it.
He took it away from the defender. He took it out of the hands of Evan Williams. Devontae Smith from Jalen Hurts.
There you go.
Yay.
Yay. 10-0 fourth quarter. Green Bay actually found the end zone in this game in the fourth.
Packers trying to get back into this game. Here's the snap. Give Jacobs up the middle. Jacobs cuts to his right. Pile driving to the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Josh Jacobs.
But it wasn't enough. I don't know. Something happened. They lost 10-7.
Tried a 64-yard field goal to win.
Oh,
the dang
that's
thing.
right. The 64-yarder, which came up about 20 yards short.
It was blocked, right? Or no? That had to have been blocked.
I don't know if anyone got a hand on it.
I mean, it veered off course very quickly. I'd have to imagine that was touched. I don't know that for a fact, but based on what I saw, it looked like it was blocked. Now, I do not know this for a fact, but just it certainly looked like it because you got to low line drive them son bitches. You get a paw up there. I wonder how much that hurts. I was thinking about that today. Like, if you get your hand up and you block a ball that a professional, those, unless you're Brady, those footballs are hard. Like, they're big and hard. They're hard to wrap your hand around. You got to have big mitts.
Somebody got a hand on that.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So you get your hand up, that's got to kill.
So I remember saying that to my dad once when I was a little kid, and it wasn't even blocking a field goal. It was just like catching passes, because Gary Danielson was really whipping them in there to Freddie Doc Scott. And
Freddie Scott's kid went to Country Day, Penn State.
Nice.
Go ahead.
And I said, God, doesn't that hurt, when they throw the ball that hard and this, before receiver gloves? And my dad looked at me and he goes, yeah, that hurts. Not as much as getting tackled by a 250-pound maniac linebacker and knocking you into next week. No, that's what hurts, dummy. Not getting hit in the hands with a football.
Oh, it hurts way more to get hit in the hand.
And then he flicked his cigarette at me and walked away.
Oh, no, it hurts way more. No, it does. Like when I was No, certainly. I bet you if you told them what would you rather do, would you rather have the ball hit you in the hand or get tackled? They'd say get tackled. 100%. Now, like helmet to helmet, no. But like just to tackle, I mean, that's what they do for a living. When I was, this is around probably the same time, Hardy. When I was playing Pop Warner football, they said, we got a kid, this guy that used to play for the NFWB Vikings too. And we went, oh. And they go, he goes to Eastern Michigan. We go, oh, Eastern Michigan's real dump. Like, he stinks. He's like not that big a guy. He comes out. He starts throwing us passes. Painful. Scary. Like the wind leaving your lungs. And that was the first time we had played with like a real ball, like a real like full size ball.
Yeah.
I remember thinking that's like thing's like a rock. I'll tell you this. Would you rather have Zolak stand 5 yards in front of you and whip a ball as hard as he can at you? You can block it with your hands, but you just have only your hands and him separating you, or have him come and tackle you from 5 yards away.
I will take the ball to the.
Oh, see, I take the tackling.
No way.
100%.
No way.
You just make yourself limp, and he just lands on you. The football break your nose, break your orbital bone.
Pretend like you're a drunk in a car crash. Just go land.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather have him hit me. Plus, I'm talking with pads, too. Go ahead.
Ask Zolak. I forget who it was. Just a long time ago. Zolak actually threw a pass to someone in the media here in Boston. And
he broke his finger.
Broke his finger.
That was in the parking lot of BCN.
He split the webbing of some guy's hand.
Oh, okay. I forget who he did it to.
No,
but it was bad.
It was one of those things that someone was like, "Hey, Scott, like throw me some passes in the parking lot," because there's someone who had no idea how hard it is, how hard they throw.
Now, I just said this to somebody yesterday. Maybe it was Nick or Ryan or something. I said, "Have you ever played, catch with Zoe?" And I said, "No." I said, "What?" Oh, it was you, Nick. Yeah. Whatever you do, don't. And it's not even that he's trying to be a dick. It's just
he's used to the normal way.
There's
of doing
one
things.
way to throw this thing, and the only person I've ever seen consistently be able to catch passes from Zoe, Jim Louth.
Yeah, because it's just pure love going through his hands.
Well, he's just he's an athlete. He's just got soft hands.
How about that?
No, it's just his
no fear.
His admiration. It's just like his need to please Zolak.
Love conquers all.
I know it's going away. Have him play catch now.
Yeah, we should try that now.
Yeah, now he's dropping everything. Like,
once you're his boss for a few years.
Okay, so Zolak was a professional quarterback, and and he's huge. So this is just an example that it's just to show you how hard Zolak throws. So like that's Zolak with a football. Like if my son plays 3/4 catch with me, I got to wear a catcher's mitt. The ball moves. I hate it. It's like torture. And I would certainly rather have him come tackle me than throw a baseball at me.
Okay, now that's a different conversation. I would rather be in some kind of a baseball fight than sit behind home plate and try and catch fastballs. Yeah.
But at least you have a glove. Like a glove is a great equalizer because like the only thing it does is sting a little bit if you get it in your glove, or it, like I've told you guys, it coming with many bruises, like it pops off, it moves a lot, so it will pop off like the bottom of my glove and hit me if it hit me in the head and stuff. But at least there's a blocking there. The football, that thing's a rock. That thing's a big pointed rock, and he throws tight spirals. Zolak throws tight spirals, which makes it 1,000 times worse. Even if you catch it, it could break your hand. Not breaking your hand with a mitt on, certainly with the catcher's mitt on.
So just for the record, you would rather take a blindside hit from Myles Garrett than stick your hand up to try and block a field goal?
Well, you said get tackled. You didn't say blindside. I don't want to get a concussion and die. I don't want my back broken.
All right, you see him. They moved him over. They moved him over to the other side. You see him coming.
It's a very simple thing. Would you rather, as a pain threshold? I realize that you could break your neck or get paralyzed or something from a hit. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying in terms of pain, like one time, like lowering your shoulder and getting hit. Or having so Zolak's coming, so you lower your shoulder now, and he runs over you and crushes you. I don't think I really would choose this at 100%, and I know for myself 1,000% would choose this. Zolak 5 yards away, I can put my shoulder down and he just runs over me. I'll take that 1,000 times over than him throwing full speed at me at my face with a football where I can put my hands out to try to block it. I'd rather have him hit me because that football break your orbital bone. And speaking from someone who's had their orbital bone broken, it's not fun.
Okay, but no one's getting their orbital bone broken trying to block a field goal.
Yeah. I'm just talking about, I guess your hand.
Yeah.
I think it would hurt your hand maybe more than just a tackle would hurt.
I'll have my hand all numb and stingy as opposed to getting tackled 10 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you agree with me. See, and this is part of the problem, Fred. I played a high level ultimate for so many years, and when that disc is really humming at you, and you just hey, it's caught or it's going to get picked or something, you got to stick your hand out and grab that thing, and it hurts, John, but you got to do it.
I understand.
I'm numb to that experience. You understand?
Well, next we could have a debate if kids should be allowed to shag balls during the home run derby because of the dangers, and then it could become a whole thing where I'm being presented as a negligent father.
I think the word you're looking for is crucified.
Yes, I mean, Jesus Christ. Talk about dumb. I'll never forget that argument.
I didn't think we'd ever get here, but here we are.
I'll never forget it. That derailed into I'm like, what the hell is going on?
That was an hour. I remember that.
I just was just digging the hole deeper and deeper. I'm like, all right, pussy. I mean, I don't know. There's things can happen in life. I mean, you'd let your kid shag fly balls because Guerrero hit the kid with the kid missed the ball and hit him. Like, yeah, I mean, that can happen. I mean, it's the experience of being on the field and catching shagging fly balls. Well, what if you knew they were going to get hit? I don't know. I mean, what am I going to?
If I knew he was going to get injured, probably. It was prophesized. No, then I probably wouldn't.
But if he got hit with a ball, I wouldn't kill myself over. I can't believe he got hit by a ball. I can't believe I let him do it. It got into this thing where I forget it. It's whatever. It's just so. It's going to stick with me forever.
I can't believe you would do that either.
I see that.
Yeah, I know. Imagine that. Hey, kid, you want to be on a major league field during a home run derby and possibly Hall of Famers be hitting balls that you get to catch in front of a worldwide audience? No, you could get hit with the ball. And then you get hit with the ball, and I mean, you're not going to die. All right, forget it. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Bruins and Celtics back at it tonight. The Bruins will play Toronto for the second time in as many games. This time the game is at TD Garden. Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers have the pregame at 6:30 and the face-off at 7. You're on 98.5 the Sports Hub. Bruins have won 6 in a row. Also, former captains Zdeno Chara and Joe Thornton officially inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame last night. Celtics will be in Philadelphia. Granny and Max have the pregame at 7 and the tip-off at 7:30 on 105.7 WROR. Patriots host the Jets on Sunday. If they had practiced yesterday, only Austin Hooper would have missed a workout with a concussion. Jets wideout Garrett Wilson out the next 3 to 4 weeks with a knee injury. And on Monday Night Football, Philadelphia beat Green Bay 10-7. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by IBEW 103 and Nika Electrical Contractors. IBEW 103 celebrating 125 years of power in Greater Boston. To find a qualified contractor for your next electrical, telecom, or security project today, visit thepowerprofessionals.org. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7 o'clock.
Stay tuned for more Toucher and Hardy. And air.
98.5, the Sports Hub.
Veterans with the most valuable veteran in the game contest. Head over to our contest page at 985thesportshub.com and nominate your veteran. They'll have a chance at 2 tickets to an upcoming Celtics game and be recognized on the air for their service. I will tell you this, is that last night, and I will ask Wallach this question, last night I was watching the Pistons play the Washington Wizards in the tail end of a back-to-back for the Pistons. And there was a play where Cam Whitmore fouled Cade Cunningham, and there was a review of it to see if it was a hard foul, like a hard foul, or if it was flagrant foul.
Yes.
So they review it, and they find that there was no flagrant foul, but there was a taunt. And then before they get back to playing, the coach of Washington replays it, wants them to look at the replay again to see if it was even a foul. An 8-minute stoppage. So, but what this genius did is that Cade Cunningham went down hard, and then he needed help up, and he did a whole basketball thing where 2 people with his arms around him.
Right.
He walks into the tunnel and out of the arena, off the court. And if he can't come out and shoot his free throws for the technical, he's out of the game, and there's 4.5 minutes left. The Pistons are down by 7. They're down by 5 with 20 seconds left. I don't know how they tied it up and won in overtime. I turned it off. I thought the game was over.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea how it happened. They were C.J. McCollum went off at the end, and they were down a ton with very little time left. But they ended up winning that game. 8-minute stoppage. They gave him 8 minutes. So Cade Cunningham had 8 minutes to recover, and then ended up taking the free throws. But the announcers were saying, the tremendous Peacock announcers that they have for their Monday night slate of games.
Right.
A real all-star collection for the Peacock Network. And they had never seen it before. So there was a big stoppage to see if there was a flagrant foul. And when they deemed it wasn't a flagrant foul, but there was taunting, because there was all this animosity. I think it's probably what cost Washington the game, because it pissed the Pistons off.
Yeah.
But, they were probably pretty happy just to be going home.
Right.
And then they got pissed off, and Cunningham went off. But he then challenges to see if there was even a foul at all. He was doing it to be a dick.
Technically, it's within the rules. It's one of those loopholes, but 8 minutes is ridiculous. The other thing about that game, Fred, was, first of all, Cade Cunningham scored 45 points in that game, but
he was 14 of 45.
I was just going to say, he took 45 shots to get there.
Yes,
by himself.
They shot they had to. I haven't looked. I have it up now. They shot 41% from the field as a team. It was not a good shooting night.
14 of 45. I mean, I would like to look up the last time an NBA player took 45 shots in a game.
Yeah, and there would be stretches where he missed 8 shots in a row.
And they still went to him.
Well, at the end of the game, he can take over. It's one of those things.
I get that, but still, I mean, there's also the balance of the rest of the game where he took a lot of shots, too.
Well, they're all banged up, and aside from Duncan Robinson, who's no hot ass from 3 anyway, at least he wasn't last night. Not a great three-point shooting team on the floor that evening, outside of Duncan Robinson. And I didn't see them make a 3. And I watched a huge chunk of that game, and I can't remember them making a 3 when I was watching.
Just settling in for a little out-of-market NBA. Look at you.
Well, I like this Pistons team because they're very violent. I enjoy their violence. They were 13 of 41 from 3.
They play with a reckless abandon.
They're an incredibly violent team. I wouldn't want to play them.
Who would you rather?
They're the Denver Broncos of the NBA.
Who would you rather? Pistons or the Broncos?
In the playoffs.
I don't quite understand why I'm getting so much grief for the football season. Say I wouldn't want to play the Broncos.
It's because you've said it a lot. I think
I'll tell you why I say it a lot, because it's getting scoffed at, and I'm going to continue to say it until I'm right or wrong. And if I'm right, I will take great victory, and if I'm wrong, it doesn't really matter.
All right. What did Zdeno Chara have to say last night as he was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame? specifically about the Bruins.
We battled along each other for months, and we knew we had a team just to do so. We had a type group of players in that Bruins room. It was
Sometimes it helps if you hear the whole sentence because it's like Shakespeare. You have to hear it in context.
A type group of players in that Bruins room. It was such bunch of guys who didn't want to disappoint their teammates. We wanted to go hard each and every night. Well, I can tell you, everyone on that Bruins team knew their role. We had a very, very special team.
Mm-hmm. Who do you think was most special to Chara on that team? Which of his
A
teammates?
Ryder. Probably Ryder.
Yeah.
Peverly.
Yeah, Rich Peverly.
Soupy. Campbell.
Campbell played with that broken leg.
Could have been Campbell. No.
I want to single out one player. I want to thank Patrice Bergeron, one of the greatest leaders and people I have ever met and played with. My longest teammate, my co-captain, Bergie, I can always count on you. You show me and help me to become a better leader, a player, but more importantly, a better person.
Okay, so obviously he sounds like Drago. I saw a thing online the other day. Do you know how many lines Drago has in Rocky IV?
I think I do. I think the answer is 8.
Yeah.
No, he got injections. He didn't do lines. Hello.
8 lines.
Check, please.
8 lines of dialogue for Ivan Drago. That's it. They sat down with Dolph Lundgren to see if he could remember them all.
I think 3 of them were in Russian.
Yeah.
I think 5 in English, 3 in Russian.
And then it turns out Dolph Lundgren is like a genius in that he is like
Mensa, right?
Mensa and like all these speaks all these languages and stuff. He's actually quite intelligent. But we had to villainize the Soviet Union. What did they ever do to us besides scare us? The Red Scare. It wasn't the Red doing it. It was the Red Scare. Oof. It's a big deal. You're pointing some nuclear arms at us.
Yeah. They didn't do anything.
They didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Mutual assured destruction. That's what it's all about, baby.
Joe Thornton also inducted last night, talking about the Bruins.
My time there helped me get drafted first overall to the Boston Bruins. And wow, that was another dream come true. My first couple of seasons in Boston were quite difficult. It was a hard transition for the OHL to the NHL for me. But midway through my second year...
Not for me.
No.
I would have handled it pretty easily.
I found my footing. I remember how strong the Bruins alumni was and how I was instantly accepted by them.
I doubt it.
Bobby Orr, Wayne Cashman, Jerry Cheevers, Ken Hodge, Derek Sanderson, and Tommy Johnson. Everyone was just so kind to me. They golfed with me, had lunch with me, taught me how to be a man.
Well, golf and lunch is how to do it.
I don't like using that as a verb. They golfed with me. No. They played golf with me.
Okay.
You don't golf.
They had a spiritual experience with you.
Well, you just don't say it that way.
Knocking around 18.
Yeah.
You learn a lot about a man.
It's like saying that some of the guys I hockeyed with. No. You play hockey.
Sure.
I mean, that's always been like a nail in my toe.
Sticking point with you two, yeah.
Yeah. If only there was a smaller beast that could take it out, we could become friends. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
And then just when you've gained the beast's trust, you turn on him.
Oh, look at you. It looks like you're wounded. Allow me to put some salve on that. Oh, that feels better, doesn't it? Now your meat is mine. Oh, so vulnerable. Expose your stomach. That's right. That's right. No one here is going to hurt you. Slit. Oh, that's good organ. It's oozing everywhere. They fired me, so now it's not as fun. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
More Toucher and Hardy on the way on the Sports Hub.
best sports city in the world.
98.5, the Sports Hub.
My buddy and me.
With friends like these.
Like to climb up a tree.
You know.
We're the best friends that can be. My buddy and me.
Now,
Me.
more of your best morning buddies. Toucher and Hardy on the
Creative Rock Cruise. It's a 90s cruise. And it won't be Jim Blossoms. It'll be frontman Robin Wilson as the special musical host.
Hardy's going to be on a boat.
Yeah.
A carnival cruise to
Celebrity Constellation.
It's going to Fort Lauderdale.
No.
Ocala.
No.
And
Ocala.
Augusta, Georgia.
Wow.
No. The Bahamas and Key West. Sailing out of Tampa.
Which is where it's like the QE2
Yeah.
coming out of Tampa.
Yeah. It's where the big ones go.
It's where the big ones go. Thank God there's that port in Key West. Key West had a good thing going, and then they put that port there. Oh no, it ruined it.
Really?
Yeah, you put a cruise port in like a small area, and that funnels off like a third of the place.
Have you been to Key West sober?
No.
Okay. Let me spare you the trip.
Oh well, I lived in the Keys, and so there were days I was sober when I was in the Keys.
It's different though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had like a home base.
Yeah.
But yeah,
There's just not a lot to do there.
No, you can go to the Hemingway house and see the deformed cats.
Did that.
And then
That's the only thing
you could go flats fishing, but you could do that anywhere, and it's better not on Key West anyway.
And I remember playing pool one night with we were there for a wedding, and there's two things I can remember about the Key West: going to the Hemingway house and playing pool one night, and everybody was drunk. I'm like, this is a lot of fun for me.
That wasn't what happened at Crash's wedding when he got married the first time in Key West. There was no drinking. It was a catastrophe. The photographer, after the wedding, got on a moped and crashed the moped and ruined all the film. Broke the cameras.
Oh, and
I'm not sure it was on film. Whatever it was, he broke all the cameras and damaged like the photos.
That's great.
That was the time that there was a girl that was absolutely in love with Crash, and Crash was getting married. Crash had continued this relationship throughout the engagement and into the marriage. But the girl was at the wedding, as you would invite her, of course.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though she was an ex-intern at our station. I mean, she had to be at the wedding. I mean, it would have been very
well.
out of
It would
place
have
if she
been. It
wasn't
would have
there.
been a corporate scandal to not invite an ex-intern.
And I was dating who would become my wife at the time, but we were not engaged or anything yet. And I just remember being in the back of a vehicle, and I was in my 20s. So you have to remember being back in your 20s. And this girl put her hand on my genitalia, and I was like, oh, that's not so bad. And then I looked at her face, and it was just this face of grief and desperation. She had lowered herself so much. She was in so much mental pain that she had to find anything to like at a ripcord to somehow lower herself. She
Because
felt that she needed to be
she was
demeaned.
really in love with Crash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, in your 20s, even now, if a girl touches you in that area, it's like the most thrilling thing in the world. It's probably the greatest thing in the world if a girl unexpectedly, tenderly grabs your genitalia. And her face was so sad that I didn't even get aroused. I felt like even in my 20s, I felt bad for her. And I was like, I won't say her name, but I was like, okay. I'm like, it's going to be fine. And I'm like, look, you're lucky you're not marrying him. And she removed her hand from my genitals and began to weep. And I said, this about tracks.
And then you got turned on.
No, I don't even want to joke about that because then that will get isolated and it will turn into the story. But no, I did not. I actually was like, I felt horrible about myself because I'm like, this is a girl's rock bottom. Like she had to reach her rock bottom before, and she wanted Crash, who's no prize. Like she's in love with Crash, but was willing to rock bottom with me.
Yeah. I had one of those hookups one night with a guy that you know. He and I were supposed to get hooked up with these.
Oh, I thought you hooked up with him.
No, two girls respectively, and the girl that I was supposed to get hooked up with didn't like me, but liked him, and the other girl was supposed to like him, and he didn't like her. So those two, my roommate and the other girl that I was supposed to, they ended up hooking up, and then this other girl and I were kind of just left on our own. I'm like, well, we might as well. And it was a very sad, unfulfilling. But you're like 23, 24 years old. Like, well, what are we going to do? Not hook up? We got to do something. There's no cable. There's no internet.
So when I was in 8th grade, I used to go to the Hilton Head with my parents every summer, and so because that's when it's the most expensive to go. Right there when it's 99 degrees, 90% humidity. And I would go to Hilton Head, and I was an only child, so I would go and meet other kids and, like, hang out on the beach and stuff. And one year I met this girl, and we made out and stuff, but never really anything big. And the whole winter we wrote each other letters. Like, we corresponded back and forth. This is before the internet. We would write each other letters. And next summer we're going to be there at the same time. This is so exciting. Here we go. We're going to be there at the same time. And I took my friend Craig Turnbull with me. And my friend Craig Turnbull, and I go, oh, I can't wait to meet this girl. Da-da-da-da-da. We go to the resort. We're staying in a condo. We go to the resort. We meet her. She goes, hey, let's go into the hot tub. I go, here we go. Like, I might lose my virginity. Da-da-da-da-da. We get into the hot tub. And it's me, Craig, and this girl. And she ski poles us. She reaches not only for me, but for Craig, too. And it was like, it was heartbreaking. I was like, oh, Jesus. And I got up and left the hot tub and left the two of them in there. And I was like going to cry. I was like, I felt devastated. And then not 30 seconds later, Craig comes walking up behind me. He's like, F that chick. And I went, Craig Turnbull.
You and I, you're all right.
And my eyes dried. And
Yeah.
I said, and I actually thought this. I said, you know what? It's better to have him as a friend than some out of town bimbo. And I actually thought that might be the coolest thing a dude's ever done for me. Like 15 years old, turning away she was hot too, in my recollection. She probably wasn't, but to turn that down.
Now,
out of respect for your friend.
Most importantly, did somebody put chemicals and then cover the hot tub afterward? I mean, with proper hot tub maintenance utilized that night?
Yeah, I mean, I did go back there to make sure that everything was on the level.
Check the chlorine and the pH.
I checked the pH, but it was something I had kind of cobbled together, MacGyvered myself, so I wasn't sure if the readings were right.
Ooh.
But, I mean, I did that before I got into anything.
Okay, good.
You know me.
All right.
Just an excuse to build. All right, Adam, so, a very easy segue into the Grammy Awards.
Yes.
Now, I have been to the Grammy Awards. I have attended them.
Nice.
I would suggest not to attend them. They're very boring. They're at the Staples Center, and they're
A lot of downtime.
and they shut off all concessions, and they shut the bathrooms down. They don't shut the bathrooms down. They shut the bathrooms down because they don't want you leaving your seats. And they mic it, or I don't know how to put it correctly. The audio is made not for the Staples Center. It's made for television.
Right.
So you can't even hear anything. So I would sell my tickets every year when I went to the Grammys, or passes. And I thought I was something because there was silver, gold, and platinum, and I was in the gold. And I was like, wow, I'm in the gold. And they're like club level seats. They're terrible. And so anyway, they've always been worthless. The Grammy Awards themselves, I've never enjoyed them. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air won the first rap category. Jethro Tull beat Metallica famously in the first heavy metal one. It's a real joke.
Yeah.
But
that Crest of an Ave album was pretty good. You had Farm as a Freeways and some other hits on that Jethro Tull album.
I didn't care
metal
for it.
album.
I didn't care for it. I didn't like Ice Cube's work on that one. So, Adam, you have got the collection of what?
Yes, well, the 2026 Grammy nominations were announced on Friday, so
Nice.
I figured we would pull up a category. The category I've chosen is the Song of the Year category, and I'm going to give you clips of each of those and see of the 8 of these how many.
I have a feeling we're not going to know any of them.
I think you'll be able to get 2 apiece.
I'll be able to tell you, there's 8 because you can't. She's done that you've remotely liked.
No.
Never.
All I remember is Naughty Maserati and Poker Face. That's all I remember.
Yes.
We were told not to do that bit anymore.
I watched part of the Joker the sequel, the musical.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like astonishingly bad as I thought it would be. Now, I didn't watch more than 10 minutes of it.
Well,
but it's
you held it up
actually-
to such standards. You went to watch it just expecting it to be horrendously bad, and
I
was
thought
only
it was
really
going to be
bad.
unwatchable, and it was like, oh, I see what they were trying to do here. Now, I'm not going to watch it, but it wasn't a disaster either.
Well, I applaud the guy for trying.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he had a big swing at it. I mean, he knew it wasn't going to be a hit. All right, playing that Super Bowl with that language of his.
Yeah,
this is America, you stupid idiot.
All right,
You
this
sing
is
in English, it's going to upset me for no reason.
this is one.
Eddie Trunk does not like it. Keep your politics out of this. Ain't political.
That's right.
This is about rock.
All right, this is one you should get, Freddie T.
Felico Menzawa. The classical.
Felico Menzawa.
Really? More.
Really?
Part of the reason I don't like rap anymore. I'm not listening to rap music anymore. I liked Kendrick Lamar. Like, I thought he was very talented, but now I don't like rap anymore, and I don't even like old rap anymore. I don't listen to
Burnt
it.
out on it.
Burnt out. It has evolved to a place where it is no longer cultivating itself in a direction that I care for.
Oh.
Let's give you. This was a. Vaguely, because
Okay.
my kids are older. They're like a couple years older than yours, so they've kind of aged out of that type of stuff.
Well, my son, I don't believe, listens to music, and my daughter does not listen to this. So
This is actually, if my son Jacob might be listening right now. He likes this artist. I guess my other kid
Shonen
does, too.
Knife.
Go Team. This is the Go Team.
Oh, this is.
Do you remember Go Team?
I do remember.
I know
Go
this
Team. That's
one.
actually really good. Do you know this one,
I
John?
know, this is Bruno Mars.
It is Bruno Mars featuring Rosé from the K-pop band Blackpink.
How
obviously this is
how is
K-pop.
this Bruno Mars?
I think he's popping up later on in it. This is another one of those, when I looked at the Grammys website, it gives you all the credits because it's Song of the Year. So if you wrote the song, you win the Grammy, and it's got like 18 people.
Oh.
Squid Games.
Which is funny to me that it shouldn't take 18 people to
Like
write a
when
song.
MASH. These are all Korean things.
Kid Rock's the summertime, that awful summertime song that he had.
Oh, the ripoff. Yeah.
Look at the credits on that, because he lifts both Werewolves of London and Sweet Home Alabama.
Yes.
So everybody involved with the writing and publishing of both songs gets listed on that record.
I didn't hear any Warren Zevon on that. I'm very surprised that he had to credit him.
I'm going to give you one more. And
That whole din, 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 din. I was too close, but not quite on. Go ahead.
Oh, boy.
Taylor Swift.
Oh, this is from Boobs a Poppin', 2000 compilation of busty porn.
Is this Sabrina Carpenter?
It is Sabrina Carpenter. John Wallach. Well done. Man-child from Sabrina Carpenter.
She's like supposed to be a big slut, right? Like that's the whole thing.
Apparently.
No, like the
Yeah.
cover of her album, someone holding her hair like while she's on all
in a
fours.
very submissive position.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the whole thing. Is like I'm not saying it as a derogatory
No.
term. I think the thing is she's supposed to be slutty. Like
supposed to be.
that's
Like
I
Spinal-
really think that's her thing.
Like
Yeah.
the cover of Spinal Tap's Smell the Glove.
Yeah,
You have
which
a woman
is just
on all fours with a glove being shoved in her face. It's sexist. Well, what's wrong with being sexy?
That's right. All right. Was she the one who just hosted Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, she was on a couple weeks ago.
Very boyish.
Yeah.
I don't find her overly attractive. So the Hardy, but she dolls herself
See,
up.
that's
Hardy.
still on the DVR.
Yeah, she dolls herself up though, Hardy. There's a funny skit where they do like a kids podcast and like Trump is the guest, and she plays one of the kids. She's very good in it, but it's like she looks a little bit too much like a 12-year-old boy. Like they're supposed to be 12-year-old boys,
Yeah.
and you're like, wow, she looks like a 12-year-old boy. If you find Sabrina Carpenter attractive,
Oh, yeah. See,
then
that,
there's
no,
a lot of like
I can't do that. I'm
well,
looking at
I
her-
mean,
yeah.
she looks like a 12-year-old boy, and she just has a hat on and her hair covered up,
Yeah.
and she looks like a 12-year-old boy. And I've never found her attractive, so that told me, Fred, you got your ducks in a row. And I said, all right, that's a victory for yours truly. I don't find Sabrina Carpenter attractive. So I said, hooray, good for me. Not a busty lass, but very dolled up, Hardy, so I don't know where I'm at. I don't know
where's
where
Hardy at on that?
I don't know. I'll have to go back and look. I'll let you know.
Well, no, you don't have to look at that skit because that'd be gross. if
No,
you
no,
find her
just a
attractive in
picture.
that.
We just wanted you to look at a picture.
I
of
just looked
Freddie
at the
Carpenter.
picture of during that skit, and no, I'm out on that.
No, I know. I don't want you to look at the skit. I just want you to look at her when she's herself. No, the skit. Obviously, I'm not going to put you in that position. Did you think she was cute as the 12-year-old boy? I'm not going to ask you that. I'm going to take it. The answer is no. We're interested in her.
I'd be honest.
In street clothes,
Yes.
just normally, or even dolled up for the stage, whatever you want.
All right, how about when she came out to do the monologue? Let me look at that.
Okay,
photo.
yeah, because
There
that's
you go.
probably her, looking good but not going.
What do you
crazy.
think, Fred? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I thought she might be too dolled up. With him, I don't know. I know
that's
that
fine.
I knew that he would enjoy her boyish figure, but I
Right.
didn't know if he would like all that lipstick and everything. He likes a real flat-chested dame in a beat-up hat. Is what he likes.
I'm like Tommy Lee Jones and Coal Miner's Daughter. You know I don't like it. Now take it off. Take it off. When Loretta Lynn puts the makeup on with Patsy Cline for the first time. Ooh, Doolittle does not like that.
Well, listen, we have all seen Coal Miner's Daughter on many occasions.
You too?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised at that.
Yeah, that was where their first soundtrack appearance.
You've never seen Coal Miner's Daughter, John?
No, I have not.
12?
A million years ago.
Oh, you guys suck.
I was aware of it when I was little, but I've never
course.
seen it.
I think Sissy Spacek won
Yes.
the Oscar for that.
I believe you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, and that ties it all in. Awards. Well, there you go. We don't know anything. But is Tyler, the Creator, up for one of the songs of the year?
Not in that category. He's not in the Song of the Year category.
Because he's up for
Sure, he's
Album
not.
of the Year,
Yeah.
and I could have gotten that because that's all my daughter listens to. I saw him live. So don't say anything about me. He goes, shots out to the 4 black people in the audience today. And I said, oh, you're welcome to Boston. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
to be things that people are going to do. When you see it on tape, and take somebody to be that creative to say, hey, we should try this.
We are Toucher and Hardy. Listen at the end of this segment for a chance to win a pair of tickets to see the Patriots take on the Falcons this Sunday at Gillette Stadium. Christopher Price is the Patriots beat writer for the Boston Globe. He is kind enough to join us. Christopher, hello, sir.
Good morning, Fred. How you doing, man?
I am doing well, thank you very much. Very excited for Thursday night. Very excited. It should be a real thrill ride. Nonetheless, we are giving away tickets to that game, which I will be at. I was kindly offered tickets, so here we go. All right, Christopher. First of all, the rookies kind of are showing out. This is going swimmingly well. If you look at, going course correcting from many bad drafts.
Just about their entire draft is contributing here.
Yeah,
every week.
What are you seeing from this rookie class?
I think this is one of the better rookie classes they've had in a while. We can talk a lot about Trevion Henderson, Kyle Williams, Will Campbell playing as many snaps as he had, but let's look at the defensive side of the ball. Mike Vrabel talked a little bit about Craig Woodson yesterday. Craig Woodson is in line to be the first defensive rookie for this team to play at least 90% of the snaps since Devin McCourty did it back in 2010. This is a guy you never hear his name, and that's a good thing. When you talk about the defensive side of the ball, he's done a very, very good job on that back end, playing alongside Jalen Hawkins, brought a real sense of stability back there. So it's not just Henderson, it's not just Kyle Williams, it's not just Will Campbell and the rest of the guys on offense. I would also throw in for a guy like Woodson as well here when we're talking about the impact of this year's rookie class.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say the rookies have been showing out at an impressive rate, and another number that I saw here recently was not just the rookies that Drake May has been throwing to, but the number of receivers that have gotten impressive yardage racked up so far.
It's 300 yards total offense and
for
3
six
touchdowns
different guys.
For 6 different guys.
Yeah, I mean, so it's like everybody seems to be contributing, and of course, based on what we were just talking about, the rookies too. It seems like this is a real team effort.
Yeah, and both on and off the record, Hardy, one of the important things to remember here is none of the receivers are making a stink if they don't get the ball over a game or 2 or 3. We've seen this the last couple of years. I remember last year, Pop Douglas early in the season kind of, made some noise about not getting as many touches as he'd like. But this year, right now, the way things are set up, it's a really great room of receivers. And a lot of that comes from the top when you talk about a guy like Stephon Diggs. I think the perfect phrase that I've heard used to describe Diggs here in New England is from Pop, who said, look, he doesn't tell you what you want to hear. He tells you what you need to hear. And I think that attitude has really permeated through the New England wide receivers locker room. You thought that they were going to kind of miss a beat a little bit last week when they didn't have Booty, but you had a guy like Mac Hollins step up. You had Diggs with that big touchdown catch at the end of the first quarter. You had Kyle Williams with a 72-yard touchdown catch. So again, all of these receivers continue to contribute, as well as a guy like Mac Hollins. Let's not lose sight of a guy like Mac Hollins, who is really kind of stepped into that role of the X receiver when Kayshon Boutte went down last week. It's all really coming together nicely for that room this year.
It was last weekend, a Kyle Williams breakout game. I mean, there have been a lot of debates on, when is Kyle Williams going to show up? He had 1 catch. It did go for a touchdown, but does this mean, they're going to trust him more in the offense, or is this just a one-time thing and they got the look they wanted?
I think they're going to trust him a little bit more in the offense, but I'm not, Kyle Williams is not going to end with like 40 catches. Kyle Williams, this is what we're going to see from him, at least as the rest of the season plays out. He's going to be a home run hitter. He's got that great speed. He's got the ability to take it the distance like we saw against the Buccaneers. But Kyle Williams is not going to turn into a big-time receiving threat. And that's okay, because when you look at the guys who are in front of him, they're continuing to execute at a very high level. If they needed him to be more of a contributor, I think he would be capable of delivering some more production. But I don't think he's all of a sudden going to turn into, this invaluable piece of the offense moving forward.
Looking at this team overall, and we've asked multiple writers this, the Patriots are 8-2. They've been very fortunate injury-wise. There's no one dominant team in the AFC. So are the Patriots the best team in the AFC at this point?
Right now they are. I would say that they are, yeah. I'm not sold on the Colts at all. The Colts are kind of a weird team to me in that they're built completely around a running back, and so I think you need to take that into account when it comes to potentially game playing to face them down the road. And there's some other teams there that I think could be dangerous, and I think it would be a one touchdown game one way or another, depending on how the ball bounced against, let's say, I don't know, with this time of year, let's say the Ravens. I think the Ravens are going to be a little dangerous down the stretch. I don't think the Ravens are going to be, necessarily a playoff team, but I think the Ravens are going to be dangerous. They're going to be a tough matchup for New England in December if Lamar is back healthy. So there's some teams that are difficult matchups for them. But I think 1-53 right now, I would argue that the Patriots are the best team in the AFC.
And you're looking to play Cincinnati like the week before they get Burrow back, right?
Exactly. Yeah, Fred. And that's really a big one too. When you look at the Cincinnati game and the Baltimore game, a lot of the fortunes of the Patriots are going to rise and fall on the health of the opposing quarterbacks. Burrow returned to practice yesterday. He's looking forward to a Thanksgiving weekend return, at least at this point. That's what they're saying. You get the Bengals right before Joe Burrow would return. So again, in a season where everything has really kind of started to break right for this Patriots team, that's another example.
You don't think the Ravens necessarily are a playoff team? I know they suffered without having Lamar in there for a while, and their record reflects it.
They're only a game behind Pittsburgh, right?
They're a game behind, and the rest of their schedule, it's not like they got to run the gauntlet or anything. They've got, sorry, Fred, the Jets.
Hey.
Bengals a couple of times, Steelers. I mean, the toughest test might, in fact, be the Patriots there in late December.
That's one of those teams that I have a really hard time trying to get a handle on because of Lamar's health, because they've been up and down over the course of the year. I think that they are a quality team, and maybe I misspoke. Maybe I overreached a little bit when I said that they wouldn't necessarily be a playoff team. But I don't know what kind of team you're going to get in late December when you face the Ravens. I mean, they may have taken a couple of bad losses, and at that point, they're kind of starting to mail it in. I think they're going to be competitive, and I think that's going to be a really dicey game for New England. But at the same time, I think it's tough to predict at this point, more than a month out, what kind of Ravens team you're going to see.
Yeah, the Ravens, their losses, even without Lamar, against, if you call the Texans a good team, they're all against very, very good teams. Bills, Lions, Chiefs, Texans, and Rams. That's
really good.
Pretty stiff competition, and you didn't have your quarterback. People were crapping all over their defense. And they've played some pretty good offenses.
They were banged up, too, the defense, for a while.
Yes. Look, the Steelers, I can tell you this. The Steelers are no good. All right, look. Tonga, now that you got yourself the best team in the AFC, you need a fridge-type situation. It's payback for the 85-86 Super Bowl is what you need. And so is Tonga – he's being used an awful lot offensively now. We are only, I would assume, a game or two away, perhaps even Thursday, from a Tonga situation where there's a Tonga touchdown. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to see a touchdown, but this guy's become really, in my mind, Fred, the most underrated free agent acquisition that they made this past offseason. This is a guy who is first and foremost, and Vrabel will rave about him as a teammate. He is a great locker room guy. He is a great presence. He's a great teammate. This is the kind of guy, if you're going to win, you need guys like this on your roster just for what he brings to the locker room. But his ability to get it done as a run stopper up front with Christian Barmore and Milton Williams, but also showing the willingness to flip over to the other side of the ball when they need a presence at fullback, a dependable presence at fullback. He's done a tremendous job. Again, I would go out there. I would say that he is a guy who is their most underrated free agent acquisition this past offseason.
All right, so Thursday, short week. Look, you're going up against Arian Smith, Adonai Mitchell, Tyler Johnson. These are the receivers that are going to be out there for the Jets.
Who does Christian Gonzalez cover?
Well, I mean, you've got yourself a situation there. Okay, so how do you contain Justin Fields? That's the real question on Thursday. I mean, will he have triple-digit yards passing?
No.
Okay, so you think they hold him to under 100 yards passing?
I think they hold him to under 100. I think, look, Fred, I'll put a condition on it. If he goes over 100, it's going to be the result of garbage time fourth quarter yards. Look, this is the Patriots are double-digit
or the first
favorites.
drive.
Yeah,
yes, right.
They might. The
Jets are going to go up 7-0.
Yeah,
you're assuming they throw a forward pass in the first drive.
Yeah, well, if there's a time to do it, that's when you do it.
Their 15-play script, as we've seen against the Patriots, time and again over the course of the year, and the Jets might surprise and put up a field goal or something. But look, the Patriots are double-digit favorites for the first time I can recall since 2021 going into this game, and so that should give you some idea of the landscape that the Jets are facing coming into Thursday night. Look, the Patriots are saying all the right things. They're not going to kind of fall into the idea of a trap game here, but you have to consider that just the talent difference on both sides of the ball. The Jets, again, we saw the two trades. We know where they are at this stage of the season. I don't think this is going to be much of a game on Thursday night.
Yeah, because if you don't know, Garrett Wilson is out. He's out 3 to 4 weeks, and Josh Reynolds is on IR. Not like Josh Reynolds was any good. So they are playing two guys that they've gotten in trades over the last week or week or two. Mm-hmm. And so that is basically the receiver room. But Alan Lazard, healthy scratch last week, is available.
Okay.
So you get a savvy veteran in there. Watch out. Okay, go ahead, Jonathan. You've had your hand up.
I wanted
chomping at the bit over there.
I wanted to know what
it better be good, Jonathan. I'm just warning you.
Well, of course, now that you've said that, I'm going to let you down.
And it better extend the conversation.
You better be funny.
It better or forward the conversation. Go ahead. Ball's in your court.
Had to do with injuries. Patriots are dinged up with a short week. Saw Barmore leave with a back injury. Ramondre Stevenson missed a game. Kayshon Boutte missed a game. Are these players going to play Thursday night?
I think you're going to see Ramondre Stevenson come back. They released the theoretical injury report yesterday, and Ramondre Stevenson practiced or would have practiced if it was a full padded practice. So I think you're going to see Ramondre Stevenson back. I think there's the possibility to see Kayshon Boutte back as well as Christian Ellis. Those are the three guys for me, I think, in this game you'd like to see, as well as Barmore, obviously such a vital part of what they want to get done on the defensive side of the ball up front. I think you're going to see them manage some snaps on Thursday night. I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of guys go wire to wire necessarily, but I do think you're going to see some guys return, like I said, namely Stevenson. But I think that they're going to manage their health accordingly in this one.
I could be home by 10 o'clock. This sounds like a good situation. Everyone wins. I get on the field. I do my diligence for my son. Mm-hmm. And then I am out of there by the end of the first quarter. That sounds like a recipe for success for everyone. What if it's like 44-0, but like 8 Patriots get injured? So you played this you played this meaningless game, but it's like a real MASH unit afterwards.
Oh boy,
yeah, short week.
That would be bad.
A short week, you never know.
Yeah,
man, listen,
short
you never
week.
know. They got two.
Although you got the bye week coming up too for this team, so the schedule. I mean, we've said it all year that this, things have kind of broken really well for them. They do have Cincinnati, then they have the Giants, and then they have the bye week, and so it's a nice couple weeks ahead for New England.
Absolutely. All right. It sounds good all around. Christopher Price, Boston Globe. Thank you so much for the time, sir.
Thanks, guys.
All right. We appreciate it. Caller number 10 to the contest line, 617-931-0985. We'll score a pair of tickets to see the Patriots take on the Falcons. Oh, wait, no. This is for the Jets game. Is this for the Jets game on Thursday?
Yes, it's for the Jets game.
It says Falcons this Sunday.
I didn't fix the copy. Apologies.
Well, you're screwing up a lot this week.
Yep.
And it's only Tuesday. Machi. All right, so caller number 10 to the contest line, 617-931-0985. You'll get tickets for Thursday's game against the Jets, which will be very exciting for everyone there. It will be a real barn burner as you look to hold. Justin Fields not officially announced his quarterback yet, but we will see. You better hope they don't unleash Tyrod on you, because he's got all the passing skills of Justin Fields without the mobility. So you got that going on. All right, look for a lot of designed quarterback runs that go for about -2 yards. Those seem to be very in the playbook. Neither of those Lions offensive assistants have really garnered a lot of have really shown well for themselves after the exit of Ben Johnson. You have Dan Campbell taking over the play calling duties over Morton, who they put as offensive coordinator, and then you have the Jets. Now, who knows? This guy might be the next, Mike McDaniel. He might be the next great offensive coordinator, but he's got no talent to work with. But we'll see. All right, so we'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Essential.
don't know.
Everyone agrees that I'm the only one who's not wrong.
Right or wrong, they're back. Toucher and Hardy.
I'm making fun of it out of like a gut reaction. I actually don't mind it. I actually think it's interesting to see what people, how they, because it's like they can't pose. You would assume like that over a year, you wouldn't listen to stuff. You'd be a real psycho if you were just listening to things in your spare time with the goal of having a cool curated list to prove it at the end of the year. I think it shows personality. Sometimes if I'm going out with a woman in the past, before we've even met, we've shared the playlist that you can share. It gives you an insight into their personality. It's fun. 98.5 The Sports Hub, not forgetting that it's Veterans Day. And my son has school, but my daughter does not. Has teamed with Delta Dental of Massachusetts to honor our veterans with the most valuable veteran of the game contest. Head over to our contest page at 985thesportshub.com and nominate your veteran. They'll have a chance to add 2 tickets to an upcoming Celtics game and be recognized on the air for their service. Yes?
Also, Marcy's birthday today. Happy birthday, Marcy. She is not listening.
Why is she not listening? My son has started listening in the car.
You know what? She actually goes back and watches the show on YouTube like later when she's like I think she'll kind of have it on in the background as she sits down to work for the day, but her workday has not yet begun.
How does she not become How are you handling her infatuation with Wallach? Because that's what ruined my marriage. Is my ex-wife just became enamored with Wallach from watching him every morning.
Well, she's gone through several desk chairs, and now we're just using super absorbent towels. So cut down on the furniture.
Marriage
killer.
House.
Smart man.
Marriage killer. How many girls have gotten carpal tunnel during the YouTube broadcast? Just from seeing Wallach and not being able to contain themselves.
It happens.
It really does.
It happens. Certain type of woman.
I don't know why you're not doing reads for Eros.com or something, or Eros.com is prostitutes, or whatever the hell sells sex toys. You should be doing that.
Okay.
Because it goes hand in hand.
Anyone want to give it to me? I'm happy to do it.
When's the last time you were in like a sex toy shop, like the adult superstore or something like that?
I think I've only been in 2 in my lifetime, and I can recall them. And one time was with in college. I went with my girlfriend. Who knows? Like everyone was wasted, and we ended up at some porn shop. And I was with her, and we were going through the porns. And the guy behind the counter goes like, "Yeah, you like big T's, huh?" And I just remember going like, "Oh well, now this is ruined."
The last time I went in, when a buddy of mine was in town, and he had brought his marijuana pot dope with him, but he didn't have a smoking device. I said, I think they like I was so naive. It's like I didn't know where to buy one, and there wasn't a smoke shop nearby. But I looked online, and I guess they sold them at one of these like adult stores. So I went in there ahead of him going to town. I'm like, well, I don't want to go in there with him once he gets to town, when the 2 of us going in to buy one. So I went in one looking for like a marijuana pipe, and middle of the day, I think it's creepier. I think it's creepier to go into one at 1 p.m. than it is at 9.
Well, there's one I always ponder how they stay in business, because they sell vibrators at Wegmans and like at CVS. So I don't really know what you need.
I can't even say what it is. I don't want to say what it is, but I saw one at CVS, Fred.
Does it have a pocket?
No.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. That's a very niche device.
Yeah.
So CVS sells sex toys, basically.
Yes, they do.
And so there is this, and I have to take it because it's Tennessee, but if you go north on 40 or 75 by my parents, before the next exit to their house is this like gigantic adult store, like gigantic, with like big neon lights, like you can obviously see it from the freeway. There's also a Trump mega store. They're right next to each other. There's a Trump mega, which I'm always interested in, like what's in the Trump mega store. Like I picture like a Costco-sized thing of just like Trump stuff.
Because I've seen Trump pop-up stores like, around Boston, like in the suburbs where, they'll take over a lease on a place for a couple of months or so.
Yeah, but that makes sense. Like a store, like a normal sized store, but like a mega store, like a warehouse type store, which is only what I imagine it is because it says mega store. I should go in it next time. Maybe next time I'll go in it.
Do you think they sell like affiliated merchandise? Like they'll have the Kid Rock American Badass Grill in there too?
Yeah. No, in all seriousness, probably. But because they have to, because once you go in, I mean, this has been around for now, like 10 years, like when he first ran.
Yeah.
So it's been around for like 10 years. So I would assume once you go into the Trump store, you get all the Trump stuff you want. It's not like a tourist place. It's outside of Knoxville. It's somewhere where you shop, I'd have to think.
But how many times would you have to go there?
Right.
Unless you're getting Trump paper towel.
So there would have to be like Hannity
weeks.
stuff in there and stuff. There would have to be like all this stuff. Like how many supplements must they have? There's got to be doomsday stuff in there. Like for doomsday prepping. I imagine there's like a lot of generators and stuff.
Solar generators. Hear those ads.
I'm going to go
in the morning.
I'm going to go in and around Christmas, I'll go into the Trump megastore and see what's doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know he has a Bible.
Let me give you a list.
Yeah, I'll report from there. Maybe I'll get some Instagram followers.
I'm sure there are all those coins that they were selling overnight.
Well,
Remember
he wants to be on a real U.S. currency.
Sure it is.
Where the front and the back is his face.
Yes,
his silhouette. So that
heads on both sides.
No, seriously. It's his silhouette on both sides. I don't know what denomination it is, but that is in the works. All right, we will be back in just a moment. Yesterday, a lot of controversy on and off air involving Spitgate.
Controversy.
Riz from the YouTube chat has sent me a video. Apparently, I have done something. I can't get the link to open, but
I have seen the video.
Okay, and I've done something similar, but I can explain why it's different. No matter what it is, I don't recall it, but I can explain why it's different. We'll be back in just a moment.
not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Paisley Media Group Station.
Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Bruins have won 6 in a row. They'll try to beat Toronto for a second straight game tonight at TD Garden. Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers have the pregame at 6:30 and the face-off at 7 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. In other Bruins news, both Zdeno Chara and Joe Thornton officially inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame last night. Celtics also have a game to play tonight in Philadelphia. Grandy and Max have the pregame at 7:30 and the tip-off at 8 over on 105.7 WROR. The Green are 4-5 after a split of a 2-game series with Orlando last weekend. Patriots are scheduled to host the Jets Thursday. Christian Gonzalez is ready for a short week of work.
You know, they got a good offense. They got a talented offense. And it's a division game. Those always, you know, anything can happen in the division. They're important games, very important games. So getting into it today and be ready to go on Thursday.
The team released an estimated injury report yesterday. The good news is that if it had happened, both Ramondre Stevenson and Keyshawn Boutte would have been out there. Austin Hooper would have missed it with a concussion. Jets wideout Garrett Wilson out the next 3 to 4 weeks with a sprained knee. In other Patriots news, Rob Gronkowski will sign a one-day contract and retire a Patriot tomorrow afternoon. And the Red Sox Roman Anthony finished third in the American League's Rookie of the Year voting last night. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Best Ford in Nashua. Looking for great deals on a new Ford? Go to the Best first. Best Ford in Nashua. Head to bestford.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 8:30.
Boston's best sports talk. There's an app for that. Download the Sports Hub app for loads of stuff. Absolutely free. Connect with the shows, get podcasts, and more. Get it where you get your apps. Or at 985sportshub.com.
And we're back. Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
We are Toucher and Hardy. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. And if you're listening to us on podcast, that video is up pretty much forever. Yesterday morning, I got in. We have a pre-show meeting. All of us, all 6 of us, get together. And I was expecting just ride this big Patriots win. You know, big test on the road that they conquered. Short week. Big test coming up Thursday night. Can you keep Justin Fields to under 50 yards passing? It's been done. And so we think to ourselves, this is it. But then I'm confronted with scandal, Hardy. I was confronted with scandal, and it ended up taking up a little bit of our show, which is a blessing, I guess, because it's nice to, over the course of 4 hours, be able to divert your attention. And can you kind of explain to the people, encapsulate what happened?
Sure. It was on the post-game show Sunday night after the Patriots win, and the first tweet that went out was somebody who had done a little screenshot of Mark Dondero upon hearing the news that after Burt Breer's polling of
Here, I have the audio here.
Oh,
Should
okay.
I play the audio?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Here's the audio that we are referring to. Everything that comes after is a result of this exchange.
Greg, is Drake May right now?
Greg Bedard and Mark Dondero. Joe is silent during this. He's but a witness to the mayhem about to ensue.
Greg, is Drake May right now the MVP favorite in your estimation?
I would say no. He's certainly a contender. Today he had it was a nice showcase game, and he certainly had a handful of special plays. No question about that. He did complete 51.6% of his passes and threw an interception that almost cost his team the game. But it's not so much about Drake, because he's going to be there. I think I don't know if you saw, Burt Breer pulled, I think it was 42 personnel people around the league. Drake May got 1 vote. It was pretty spread out. I mean, Matthew Stafford got one.
Why?
Got 1.
Morons.
All right, so incredulous morons. We're all very upset Drake May doesn't win the MVP. I don't know what we'll do. But, as a fan, you got to really care. And so here, again, is what we're focusing on.
Drake May got 1 vote. It was pretty spread.
That.
Yeah.
That is.
Spit on that thing.
It was pretty. It was pretty.
So right there, what Dondero does is he dramatically lifts a cup of liquid, puts the liquid into his mouth, a portion of what's in the cup, and then, like Danny Kaye or anyone from the Carol Burnett show is moved to spit the water out in a mist. It's called a spit take. Now, there's a lot of ways you can do it. You can just like a fountain. You can blow it out but yeah. This is the comedic. It's the comedic equivalent of the whoopee cushion. It's an old standard. Like someone goes, "Oh, I like that flower in your lapel," and they go, "Oh yeah, you should smell it. Come here, closer." Then you go to smell it, and next thing you know, you got water in your eye. The guy's fooled you.
Yeah, it's you got something on your shirt. You look down, boop, got your nose.
Yeah, it's stuff that very clever people do, and it's called high art. Not all of you are going to get it. So anyway, Hardy and I just were amazed that that someone had the balls to pull off that. I mean, he's the Carlin of our times, and we all could relate because all of us are very upset that Drake May. There's even an inkling that he wouldn't win the MVP because, I mean, after all, that's so important.
Not since Gilbert Gottfried launched into the Aristocrats have I seen something as daring.
Yeah, I mean, he did a couple 9/11 jokes right after 9/11, but he did not dare to do the spit take. But nonetheless, there was some controversy. So this is how we didn't hear it. This is how we caught wind of it.
Screenshot of the video got put up on Twitter. Jim Murray was the first one to reply to it that I saw that said the F and actually said the word. And then people said it was a dick move. Dondero said, "I spit the water into a trash can. You're going to be okay." Matt McCarthy said, "That animal Dondero's, I can't even say his name, official statement after deliberately spitting liquid all over the studio where 20 other human beings work. No remorse, no apology, nothing. Because, I spit the water into a trash can, you're going to be okay."
So that could all be looked upon as public posturing and having some fun. Mm-hmm. But Hardy, behind the scenes, in her company, this became quite a scandal.
Well, it certainly did. And it was talked about yesterday on our show and ended up being talked about on the midday show.
Would you like to hear what they had to say
I
about
would.
this huge scandal?
And just so you know, you'll hear from Scott Zolak, Mark Bertrand, Tim McCone, and David Andrews, who was in studio for this also.
Okay, and just to get it out of the way, Riz, I had teased it before, Riz had sent a video from back when we were on Twitch years ago where it appears that I'm coughing something up and I spit. Did I spit into a trash can? I don't know. Was it phlegm? Absolutely. My defense? There's none when it comes to the sanitariness of it. The comedic effect of it, triumphant. If you don't think coughing and then nonchalantly spitting it to the ground is funnier than a spit take, I got news for you. In the faces of the people in the room, Wallach and others, of disgust, really drives it home. So I stand by that. You may release that at your pleasure.
Okay.
And I will accept all insults as being people that just don't get the art. So feel free to put that up. You can put it up all you want. Send it to everyone. I can't get it to open.
By the way, some of the replies to Dondero's tweet about here's the exchange that led to my spitting the water toward the trash bucket in the studio. One of the replies, is the trash barrel mounted sideways on the wall next to you?
Yeah, that's not much of a defense. Now,
Steve said, toward the bucket, ha. I pee toward the toilet.
Yeah. Look, there's people in here 12 hours a day. There used to be 24 hours a day back when people cared more. No more. There's like people here 14, 15 hours a day.
Yeah.
So, look, I don't care at all that he spit the water. I mean, I think it was extraordinarily hacky. That's what I'm having fun with. The sanitariness of it or the equipment is of no issue to me. You want to break everything in here, I don't care. I don't got to fix it. Dennis, apparently, our engineer, was ape crap yesterday in real life about it.
We'll get to his email later.
All right, but here's the midday show talking about it.
Solak and Bertrand here on the Sports Hub from our Town Fair Tire Studios, where some of us...
And this is Zolak, who, by the way, has literally defecated on a chair. There poo visibly on a chair after he set up. This is not an exaggeration. This is not telling tales. Zolak obviously thought he was farting and then ended up crapping himself, and it got onto the chair. It soaked through his pants onto the chair. So this is a man who's crapped himself in studio, thrown up, but that wasn't in the studio. That was at home.
That was at home, yeah.
Hardy can pull that up for you in 2 seconds if you need it.
Oh, all right.
Have the covering on the microphone, and some of us do not, as David Andrews just observed during the
Mike
break.
Weber. So I need an Amazon one.
No, we should be able to get you one. I would hope that Dennis.
Is that breathing on purpose, or is that someone having an asthma attack?
Just Zolak.
I think that's Zolak's normal breathing.
He's just getting all hyped up.
He's a very heavy breather.
Would be able to assist.
Oh, he's
with
busy
that.
today writing emails. Tool bag. No eating or drinking.
There's been a lot going on in the studio over the last 24 hours.
This has been an epicenter of controversy.
You know what, Don Darrow? I'll eat it here if I want. How about that, Don Darrow?
What they're referring to is Dennis, our head engineer, sent a very stern email out informing everyone that you can't have open containers of liquid, and if so, it can only be water, and there is to be no food in studio, which is a ridiculous notion. I mean, obviously, there's going to be water and food in studio. We're in here for 4 hours a day. Now, is there everyday food? No. But will there be food? Absolutely.
Yes.
But when Dundaro does something, someone that low on the food chain does something that overtly anarchistic. It's like anarchy. Anarchistic. Thank you, Jonathan. That anarchistic. I mean, we all feel the rumblings, because the fear is if someone that low is that bold, imagine how entitled everyone else will get. I mean, that's post game. That's nothing. I mean, think of you get prime time with this. I mean, people start openly urinating, just taking baseball bats to the equipment, really.
I saw that, yeah. It's creating a lot of waves today. A lot of waves.
Doesn't Felger like nice and...
Oh, yeah. It's tough. It's tough for Felger because he hates people disrespecting the studio and not being clean, and he likes people to be clean and keep a nice, clean workspace. But on the other hand, he loves Dundaro.
Oh,
I've never seen him love another man.
He's torn here.
So, I mean, that's a tough one for him. That's putting him in between the rock and a hard place. This one.
They did a remote at Dick's Sporting Goods downtown, and Dondero showed up, and he sat on the side of the table, and he had like these women's shorts.
Yeah, the
They
shorts were a little short.
His
Aggressive.
legs were so hairy, you couldn't stop staring at it. It was unbelievable. Yeah, but he has a lot. Now we can't eat or drink in here.
You can't?
I guess not.
So big email went out today. Banned.
Yeah. Well, he came in for that. That's good.
Dennis almost made a larger mess by coming in to confiscate Zoe's DQ.
Do you know how much
Emma cones.
Do you know the hell you're going to receive from this, right? You understand? You understand?
So I take it Dennis came in and started taking the Dairy Queen?
Well, it was Victory Monday. Dairy Queen brings food after a Patriots.
Oh, then so you're all excited that Dairy Queen's here. I mean, that's a treat. And then you're sitting here, and then Dennis starts taking it away. This is more of a cosmetic thing, I think. It's him trying to prove a point. You know, in the aftermath of a huge scandal. It's like if the neighbors of the dog park complain, the dog park police come for a couple days, and then they cool things down.
It's coming down on you, pal.
Felt unnecessary.
I got nothing but time. I got nothing but time. Yeah. Shocked you're here. Shocked you're here after an away game. Oh, what was it, 1 o'clock? If it was 8 o'clock, your ass wouldn't be in here. Oh, I'll beat the Peru. I gotta go check the transponder. I didn't compel him.
For what?
He would have warned me. He's coming.
That's the worst possible thing you could do is take Zoe's food away from him. Yeah, especially on a Dairy Queen Monday.
A Victory Monday.
I'm going to kill Don Darrow. I swear to God.
By the way, thank you, DQ, for lunch today.
I haven't had any. I don't know how good it is.
Zolak legitimately pissed off. Now, look.
The irony is that Dennis's message to everybody, Chief Engineer Dennis Knudsen, said, "This is another reminder, no food is allowed in any of the studios. The only exception is water in a closed bottle," which I believe Dondaro's unfortunate spit take incident did follow that protocol.
Well, that's why they don't ban AR-15s. Because you ban an AR-15, someone's just going to take like a midnight special and just start shooting everyone up. I guess this is not Dondaro's first time with mischief and shaking the world up. Dan, go ahead.
I met Dundaro once, went to shake his hand, shocked me. He had a zapper in his palm.
All right, so this is not the first time that he has resorted to this kind of comedic, and to show his displeasure. All right, so the question was, we had the question too. Felger loves Dundero. I think Felger has been championing Dundero. Dundero he's jumped over many people in the bullpen and taken, like, if anyone's out, Dundero's in for Felger and Maz.
I'm going to kill Dundero. I swear to God.
So what does the Kingpin say about, like, when one of Gotti's lieutenants goes out and starts, acting out of line
Does
and
he
not getting
back
permission?
him, or does he kind of distance himself?
That's right. When one of your underlings
it's a tough call.
Gets out, when you're, look, if Isaac went ballistic, I mean, I'm going to have to answer some questions.
Yep.
Do I back my man Isaac, or do I turn my back on Isaac?
It's a fascinating character study.
Well,
here.
I don't know what happened. I will play this unless I absolutely have to interrupt it, because I want to know how Felger and Maz handled this, because Felger is weird about germs, very weird, very strange. And Dundero, really, really disgusting. Let's figure it out.
Can you show Dundero? So he spat out water in the studio yesterday. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So going through my emails this morning, subject line apology from Mark Dundero. I'm like, oh, what's this?
I know. I saw this too.
I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Me neither. I had no idea.
Hi, everyone, he writes. I apologize for spitting my water out in the studio during the postgame show. I angled it at the trash bucket, but that's no excuse, and I never should have reacted that way in the first place. Won't happen again, Mark Dundero. Like who was the kid that Jamelli, didn't he put
the bubble gum.
Jamelli stuck the gum under the desk.
On the bottom side
right
of the
over
desk.
here. Yeah, got it on my pants.
Sometimes
Yeah, but Jamelli had to talk. What do you want him to do with the gum? I mean, you're presenting him with a puzzle at that point. Gum comes out of mouth, table's in his vision. It's like asking a monkey not to throw poo.
Well, you put it aside for John so that he can use it later.
Obviously, it was put to good use later. Yeah. John obviously made a nest out of it. I don't like that young Nicholas is getting dragged into this whole mess.
It's almost gaslighting. It's something. It's the other one. It's not gaslighting. It's the deflecting.
Oh, the false comparison. There's something like that.
Yeah.
Listen, it's funny. Listeners educate us on these things.
What about
we're so dense, we can't even remember what they said. We've had beautiful, thorough explanations of gaslighting and then the false equivalency.
Yeah, but it was like a week ago. So
false equivalency. That's what it is. False equivalency. Thank you, Brain.
Good job.
Brain kicked in after about 30 seconds. Here we go.
Sometimes you just you just have like a moment where you just like do something stupid.
Does Joe Murray need to wear a raincoat during the post game from now on? I mean, I was worried about you, Joe, there.
Yeah, I think he just is a knee slapper moment.
Yeah, everyone's making fun of him. Jim Murray with a subtle Gallagher reference. Joe's tantamount to knee slapping, like real hack is what they're saying. I will translate for you because they're not going all in enough.
Yeah, I think he just is a knee slapper moment.
I mean, are we really going to get worked up over this when Zoe has been here for 16 years? By the way, you know what this is, Murray? I put it down here for you. Did you see that? You see this right here?
What is it?
It's a toenail.
Come on.
That's a toenail, Murray. I think Zoe literally crapped his pants in this chair once. I just learned that today. I did not know that apparently he has crapped his pants in the studio. And we're worried about Dundero spitting out a little water. I stand with Dundero. I'd rather have him spitting water than Zoe taking a crap in my chair.
Toss up.
False equivalency.
Again, you're getting angry about the wrong thing.
Yes, you've gone past the issue currently on the table, and in your desperate attempt to defend, you've started accusing others of past behavior.
Joe kind of gets it.
I think he just is a knee slapper moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was hack. I mean, look, do I care that he sprayed water all over the place? No. I'm happy he did it because it gave us material. But you cannot equate it to Zolak crapping the chair. Zolak crapping the chair is high art. I mean, Maz didn't even know about it. It's still resonating with people. You can't, everyone knows if a guy is such a mess one day that he craps himself and he gets on the chair, that's a phenomenal story. Being so outraged that Drake May is not a leading MVP candidate, that you do a hacky spit take.
Dondero's spit take is Kilroy was here to Zoe's Banksy-like crapping on the chair.
Yes, absolutely. He is 80 sticks. Let's just start calling them sticks. All right. Well, there you go. I hope Dondero has learned his lesson that in the future, I will not pull any scarf from his pocket because I know it's going to go on for a very long time. There's a lot of scarf in there.
I'm going to kill Dondero. I swear to God.
Well, if you're looking to kill him, don't be distracted by the pretty girl that is just a scarecrow with a dress that he has put to get you lustfully your eyes popping out of your eye sockets.
Somebody emailed earlier said, careful of any packages marked Acme.
Yes, indeed.
The studio.
I mean, I'm going to, for one, find myself stepping in a lot of vomit because I'll just assume it's fake from now on. All right. Somewhere Whammo is looking for an endorser. All right. We will be back in just a moment. Don't look now, but while you've been salivating all over your Patriots and being outraged at the Drake May MVP conversation, your Bruins have stacked together quite a little impressive winning streak and now have put themselves firmly in the conversation early in the season. We often say Thanksgiving is the first time to start paying attention to the records. And don't look now, but your Bruins are doing some good work. We'll be back in just a moment.
Toucher and Hardy will be right back on the Sports Hub.
Love that Blue Chew. Love it, love it. No, this isn't a Trim Spy ad circa Howard Stern, 1999. This is Blue Chew. Blue Chew tablets. They'll show up at your door in a...
Every day, we stuck up for each other, play for each other, sacrifice our bodies, and refuse to let the bench down. We had great relationship with each other, but also we developed great relationship with our fans. And Boston loved their Bruins. So thank you, fans.
Zdeno Chara, now a member of the NHL Hall of Fame, along with Joe Thornton, so a couple of ex-Bruins in the Hall of Fame. Connor Ryan covers the Bruins for the Boston Globe. This is 2 Boston Globe writers in a row. Look at us go. Connor Ryan, thank you for joining us, sir.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate it. Now, there's been a ton of focus on the Patriots, obviously, with this unexpected run that they've had. But while people may have been sleeping, they might have not noticed that the Bruins have won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games in a row. They've won 7 out of 8, and that was coming after a big, long losing streak. What's changed, Connor?
Yeah, I think when you look at what's helped this team get on this run here, you can look over the span of the season and say that the Bruins have definitely overachieved as far as their scoring, right? This is a team that everyone thought was going to need to win games 2-1 to remain somewhat competitive. And you've had a lot of other guys further down the depth chart step up. But what I think has changed over these 6 games is the buy-in defensively. And that has to be a necessity for this team under Marco Sturm. And you can look at a couple of different factors, right? You can look at Hampus Lindholm being back in the lineup. Bruins are 8-1-0 since he's been back. You can look at the top pairing of Charlie McAvoy and Nikita Zadorov has found a lot of success together. But I think just up and down the lineup, it feels like the Bruins are starting to buy into what Marco Sturm has preached, which he's been pretty transparent that even though this team has guys like David Pastrnak, Morgan Geekie, they don't have the skill up and down the roster to really outscore their mistakes night in and night out. It's not a sustainable way to win games. They need to buy in defensively. They need to be tough in the neutral zone, limit other teams, high danger chances. And I think you're starting to see that over the stretch, whether it's, in Toronto, where Toronto only gets 1 5-on-5 goal. You have that matinee game against a very good Carolina team where they only score 1 goal. You're starting to see more and more of these stretches where the Bruins are playing to Marco Sturm's system, and I think that's the best recipe for success for this team, as opposed to expecting a 50-goal season from Morgan Geekie or guys like Tanner Jeannot to step up night in and night out.
All right, Connor, so help me out with this because I asked Bob Beers, and I believe what he said. I want to just see if you have the same notion on this. When you talk about the system and the style of defense that Marco Sturm is trying to get these guys to play, what do I look for? How do I know when they're doing it and when they're not doing it?
Yeah, for what Marco Sturm is kind of preaching, where I think there were some growing pains the start of the year, it's a bit of a hybrid defensive system. They've usually been a zone team. Now they kind of do a little bit of what the Florida Panthers do, which is usually a good strategy to follow as far as they do a little bit of man-to-man, especially up high, where they're pressuring puck carriers. They're trying to force turnovers. You see, that's why Florida's so effective with that. And then once the opposing team gets the puck kind of around the net, they go back to kind of the zone defense where it's all about limiting chances in the slot. Now, if you watch the Bruins at the start of the year, they were giving up a whole bunch of chances in the slot. And I think a lot of it was just more of the growing pains of knowing when to shift, when to adjust, when to go from man to zone. And I think what Marco Sturm has said is he's seen that progress. It doesn't always mean it's going to be perfect. There's been plenty of breakdowns, but it does feel like the team is starting to grasp, I think, kind of the ins and outs or the X's and O's of what he's preaching. But I think also beyond that, I think you're seeing the team embrace kind of how Marco Sturm has mapped out this team. Again, he's been pretty candid with the fact that this team has to be a grind-out team. And I think you look at the way they've been playing, they're 5th in the league in block shots. After wins, instead of giving the puck to, usually they give the puck to the player that has the 2-goal game or if Swayman or Korpisalo has a shutout, they get the game puck. Now it goes to the grinder of the game. So it's the guy that's blocking the most shots. And I think if you're Marco Sturm and you're trying to build up that culture and build up an identity in how this team needs to play night in and night out. What are the non-negotiables as to how to stay competitive against whoever they're matched up against? I think that's the mindset you kind of have to embrace. And so far, it feels like the players are buying into what he's been preaching.
I wanted to get back to the offensive side of things, Connor. With Elias Lindholm out, in theory, that's a big loss. He's your number one center, but the Bruins have actually scored a lot without him out there. How do you explain that?
Yeah, I think you're seeing a lot of other guys step up, especially. And I agree, Elias Lindholm has been really solid to start this year, especially compared to this past season, especially on the power play where he's generated most of his goals. But whether it's, David Pastrnak and Geeky, I think Geeky has been key as far as I think, people weren't expecting another 30-goal season. Maybe he's one of those middle six players that can consistently get you 20 goals, but he's on a 50-goal pace right now, and it just continues to kind of defy logic as far as how high his shooting percentage has been. But he's been huge. I think you look at this team going into the year, one of the biggest question marks was that second line, guys like Zacha, Victor Arvidsson, Casey Middlestat. And they've been great, I think, ever since Casey Middlestat was scratched in that game. Unfortunately, he's out right now, but you're seeing a guy like Victor Arvidsson, who is slow out of the gate, get hot. Pavel Zacha has been really consistent, and that's helped him out quite a bit as well. But now you're looking at, it feels like during the 6-game stretch, you're having other guys step up and take over games when needed. Murat Husindinov, who's a fourth line guy, is now on the top line, and he's been playing really well. He won you that game, down in New York. You've seen Fraser Minton, 21-year-old, continue to kind of feel more confident and comfortable in the system, and he's produced as well. So we don't know how exactly sustainable it is to expect, let's say, a guy like Minton to be a 40-point player this year, right? But for right now, you're seeing a lot of different guys pulling the rope and help out this team, especially where they've been shorthanded up front.
Yeah, you've mentioned some people like exceeding expectations, and you've mentioned, scoring goals, shots per goal, and all these things. Does this, obviously you're not going to win 7 in a row all the time, but is there how sustainable is this? Like, how excited should fans be?
I think you look at what Marco Sturm has mapped out as far as what needs to be kind of the strategy, the script this team needs to follow. I think he agrees that they're not going to be scoring 4 or 5 goals a night, even if you're expecting Pastrnak and Geeky and all those guys to get their opportunities. The scoring is going to dry up eventually, especially I think you look at that second line, you look at the third line, there's going to be some lulls there. So for what the Bruins, I think, need to do, they have to continue to buy in defensively. If you continue to limit teams like Colorado and Carolina and really clamp down defensively against them, it's going to, lower the margins for your team in terms of helping you out, stay competitive in these games, prevent games from getting away from you like you saw so many times last year, or even that game in Ottawa where one thing doesn't go your way and it snowballs. They really haven't had too many games kind of go off the rails because I think they've bought in defensively. And I think one of the biggest keys for them is getting their power play to be a pretty consistent grouping out there. This was a group that was 29th in the league last year. They were 12th this year. And I think when you look at the personnel they have out there and the amount of time they put into overhauling that power play, they should be able to be at the very least, middle of a pack team. So if you're the Bruins and you can play tough defensively, keep games close, and then you can rely on a power play that, let's say, is 16th in the league and it's going to, land some punches here and there. That's kind of, I think, the formula you have to follow to be a pretty consistent team and consistently get points in the standings.
All right, Connor Ryan, it's look, the better the Bruins are, the better it is for all of us. So this is exciting that they've been able to turn things around after that tough stretch. Connor Ryan, read him in the Globe. Thank you, Connor.
Yep, thanks for having me, guys.
I appreciate it. I think Connor is from the New England area.
Maybe.
I was getting hints of an accent.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little tiny bit. All right, but look, that's good for everyone.
I like the stinginess of the defense. I like that. Whatever Sturm has got them doing that they were doing for the first few games of the season when maybe we were a little premature and saying, wow, bought in. It's working. The system. And it didn't work for a while. Well, now it's working again. So start there with that foundation. I mean, we've seen it in other teams over the years. You saw it with the Blues team that beat you in 2019. The team that built itself from the back out. You start with solid goaltending. Doesn't have to be world beating, just really good, and build from the blue line out and see how that works out for you. And that same Blues team, they were like dead last in January because they weren't scoring a lot of goals, but the goal scoring finds a way more easily than the defense finds a way. If you start with the foundation on defense, it's better to get better. And I think that's what we're seeing.
Well, it's
or it's easier to get better, I should say.
Well, we've seen that once Fluto described what they were doing, and you can kind of see them attack pucks coming into the zone, and they do that. It's I went to the game, the Ottawa game that they won, and you can actually kind of see it with your own eyes. You see the aggressiveness. Even if they don't score a lot of goals, it is an entertaining brand of hockey because it's highly aggressive, certainly defensively.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy.
We are Toucher and Hardy, and today is Veterans Day, and in honor of that, I'm going to have you. What do you think's on at ABC at 10 o'clock tonight? It's a very special, and now I'll tell you, and John knows. Do you know? No. It's on ABC at 10 o'clock tonight. What if I told you that on Veterans, just hang on, you're going to lose your socks.
I have a guess, though.
Hmm?
Well, ABC traditionally, I believe, shows the Charlie Brown specials. So is it Snoopy and his Sop with Camel?
Sop with Camel.
Is that his World War II fighter plane?
World War I.
That's what it
is.
is.
World War I fighter plane.
Is it Snoopy v. the Red Baron, the hour-long special?
Sop with Camel.
No, and you're being
good.
silly.
Oh, all right.
I like that you retained a lot from that Charles Schultz book, though, that I've retained nothing from,
Well,
other
that's
than
just-
he didn't seem overly happy.
That's just from reading the strips.
Cheryl Lee Ralph, Kelly Ripa, Laverne Cox, Erica Alexander, Pamela Aldon, and Mario Lopez are all gathering together.
Okay.
That is about as big a hint as I can get.
Already in.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know you're in. The whole nation's in. This is the Super Bowl of November. I mean, there's a reason it's on Veterans Day. It chronicles the making of something. Okay?
Okay.
A national treasure. Veterans Day, a chronicle. You see the participants. They're honoring something, so obviously these are people that weren't involved.
Oh, honoring the making of the movie Stripes.
No. What if I told you you would have someone named Betty, Rue, and Estelle being honored?
Why? I don't get it. I don't get what this has to do with Veterans Day.
Tonight, on Veterans Day,
Okay.
at 10 o'clock,
Yeah.
2020,
Yeah.
special edition,
Yeah.
The Golden Girls,
Yeah.
40 years of laughter and friendship, looks at the lasting cultural phenomenon of the beloved sitcom 4 decades after it originally premiered. And the women on that show, all younger than Wallach when that premiered. And that is not a joke.
How
and they
old
were
was
the
Betty White?
Golden Girls.
How old was Betty White?
Okay, so if it debuted 40 years ago, that
Yes.
would make it 1985, correct?
Yes.
If my math is correct.
Yeah, your math is correct.
All right, Betty White.
She was born in 22.
Okay, so she was the oldest, too.
She was born in 1922, and things started in 1985. I was younger than Betty White.
Yeah, she was 63.
Okay, Betty B. Arthur was also 63. Let me see.
All right, so I'm 2 for 2 now. Younger than both of those fine women.
I think we'll get him on Estelle Getty, though.
23.
No.
No.
Estelle Getty. Am I 3 for 3?
You are 3 for 3.
Yes, sir.
And Rue was 34. So 34, 44, 54, 64, 74.
51.
She was 51.
All right, so younger than you two guys also.
So when I pleasured myself, it was to someone younger than Wallach. The episode, famously, that I pleasured myself to as a youngster. Rue McClanahan. She's wearing something silky, a slip perhaps. College boy comes to the door. What are you here for? Who cares? Odd jobs, what have you. Who played the young boy I'll never remember. Because this is like 18 again. Do you remember 18 again when the saucy redhead, the busty redhead, services a young again George Burns? That was a big. I taped that one.
I just remember the having the song as a single in our house. I wish I was 18 again.
So you wouldn't think George Burns stars in a movie called 18 Again, that young Fred Toucher pleasures himself to that movie over and over again.
Yeah, by now I would probably
but
guess
there was
that.
quite a MILF scene in that
Yeah.
was really unbelievable. It was the older woman seducing the younger man.
I understand.
Which has become a whole, basically dominating the whole porn genre now. From what I see, my limited time watching porn anymore, it almost seems to be all scenarios involving older women with younger men. But some of us were riding this due to our own edible complexes very early, as was I. Let's call it 35 years ago. College kid comes to the door, Rue McClanahan. What are you going to do? Some odd jobs, you figure it out. She finds himself seducing the young man.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember if they even fornicate, but that wasn't the point. The point was the sensuality, the lead-in, the dialogue, the subtle cues that they were giving each other. This was going to happen. The tension builds. This isn't some pop shot situation. It's just like a highlight reel. This is real human emotion. And that is what I demanded as a youngster, and that's what I demand today. Lead up, dialogue, story. You with me, John, or do you just want to be smothered right away?
No, I want to be smothered right away. I'm good.
So the scenario is not you like the how and whys that it happens. It's just the act.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you're like an animal.
Yeah.
Me, I really do.
And so this leads
even
us...
in real life, I like it to play out. You know what I'm saying? The ebbs and flows. So tonight, maybe for old times, I stay up a little later.
Oh, good.
Knock one out to the Golden Girls one last time.
We're nothing if we're not nostalgic.
Because you can't do it when it's on Hulu, because it's on Hulu. But it's like watching Seinfeld on Netflix. You can't do it.
Not the same.
It's got to have commercials.
Yeah.
Right.
And you have to be surprised by what episode you're going to watch.
Absolutely. And maybe even predict what episode's next based on the episode currently running.
Oh, that's good.
See if you can remember like the order in which they came.
Yeah.
Which will be at 10:05 tonight. Skaboom. Unexpected improvisation. Look at Rue McClanahan when she was younger, by the way. Not overly attractive. Nor was she an attractive older woman. But she was loose. And that, to me, was all that mattered.
Made up for a lot.
Well, it was the expectation of something happening. You know what I'm saying? You get Rue McClanahan in a room. The way that they had made that character, it seemed like sex was on the table.
Very fierce looking as a young woman.
Yeah.
Kind of mean
bully.
looking.
Yeah. A woman that wants to dominate.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Well, John would be into that.
Nah, not the young Rue McClanahan. Not digging that.
But the whole dominating thing and the suffocating thing?
Sure, there's that. But, I mean...
Adam, why are the Golden Girls such iconic show in gay culture?
Let's ask Adam.
Adam, I turn to you.
You caught me off guard on this one. I'm over here updating spreadsheets and such.
Well, it's a good thing that you're paying attention.
Yeah. It's
because we're asking the audience.
I'm trying to stay locked in with not being locked in this week.
Gay culture, very much into the movie Mommy Dearest, also.
The Faye Dunaway.
Yeah.
Because Judy Garland. That was Judy Garland, right?
No.
Joan Crawford.
Yeah, Joan Crawford. Because
Yes.
like Joan Crawford was heavily make-upped and things. Like she was almost
campy.
She was like a parody of a woman almost.
Correct.
Joan Crawford. So I think there was a lot to work with there.
Sure.
And plus her no one likes wire hangers. You
No wire hangers ever.
How much did Mommy Dearest bother you as a child?
I don't
that
know,
movie
but it was
haunted me.
It was on a lot, and I watched it a lot.
I
watched
watch
it
it
a lot.
because it had been described in such a terrifying way. I'm like, I don't want to watch that. It's going to scare the hell out of me.
And I know your aversion to memes, Fred, but I do laugh at the one that pops up a lot of little not Carol Ann. What's the name of the daughter?
I don't know. But we get it. Judy Garland's daughter.
After Joan Crawford's daughter, sitting there on the bathroom floor after she's been told to clean up all the powder and stuff, and she's covered in the white powder, and she says, "Jesus Christ." And that is the meme that is used when your buddies, it's 2 a.m. and your buddy says, "Let's get another 8-ball." Or, after, 2 days of being in Vegas and your buddy says, "Hey, let's call your guy." And it's a little girl who we know now that she's covered with a cleaning material, but it looks like she's got cocaine all over her face. That one makes me chuckle.
Yeah, it figures that abuse would.
It's not abuse,
Some of us
Fred.
are
it's like
find it abhorrent.
It's like a Drew Barrymore thing. She did a bunch of coke as a kid, and she turned out okay.
Yeah, and that's why they had to start carding at some clubs in New York, because her mother would parade her around in these clubs at 2 o'clock in the morning. This is a true story. Drew Barrymore's mom, when she was 8 years old, would take her to clubs in New York. And if you read like stuff about Bret Easton Ellis and like Jay McInerney and these guys that hung out in the 80s at these clubs, like it became like a problem. The paparazzi would get photos of this 8-year-old kid at these clubs, and these clubs would get shut down because the police were like, "What do you want us to do?" Like this 8-year-old, there's you put in a Brooke Shields at 15, like maybe we can look the other way. 8-year-old little girl.
It's the funniest Lenny Clark story he's ever told on the air. He's at Studio 54 one night, and they're sitting at a table and they're chopping up lines, and Drew Barrymore is at the table, and someone says, or he says to somebody, hey, maybe we should, put this away. The kid is here. And the guy says, shut up. It's her blow.
Yeah.
Not if he told that story on this show, but
Well, listen, he was at the Comics Come Home, and he got in some kind of accident. He jumped off a bridge into the water in Martha's Vineyard where he lives, and he hit something, and he shattered his leg.
Ooh. Recently?
Yeah, so he had a walker and everything. But he was up there. All right, look, that is your Golden Girls, at least for today. I can't promise if we'll revisit it or what we're going to do. But I'll give you an update tomorrow.
We know what you're going to do.
Well, I don't know. Now they're like my peers. Now it's not like an older woman, younger man thing. Now it's just two old people. Now I might get set up on a date with one of them, Hopefully B.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with that pompadour. That gray pomp.
She'd take care of business.
Yeah, she's at the farmer's market with the tote bag.
She'd get you in line.
She didn't bother dyeing that thing at all. She was just like, let this beehive be gray as the dark, cloudy sky. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. are Toucher and Hardy. And why would they let you type in your birthday when they can provide calendar? You know, I'm pretty honest when I go in there. Why do I have this rancid breath?
Have you been flossing? No.
I have to. I have a fake tooth, and it's very loose, and they just said kind of deal with it.
Oh.
All right. Well, what we're dealing with right now is a good friend of Hardy's.
Mike Douso, who has a lot of fake teeth because he played hockey for a long time, still refs hockey, even though he is a football maven.
Well, look, we're living in different media times, and you have to have many, many jobs a lot of times. And that is the case with Mike Douso, who is scraping by with his refereeing gigs.
Yeah. How many teeth have you lost in your hockey career, Deuce?
I've been lucky. I haven't lost any. I took a few stitches in the face, though, which was a proud moment for me, especially I had my a college dance afterwards. And what I found was you go to a college dance with some stitches in your face, the ladies do respond.
That didn't happen to me. I was hospitalized as a college student for quite a beating.
You were pistol whipped, weren't you?
That was in high school.
You got boot stomped.
I got boot stomped, and three guys crushed my face in.
You were running your mouth, weren't you?
Through punch. not a good idea. Not the smartest idea of my life,
A
but
little lippy, throwing a punch.
There was a lot of talking between others, and I decided to amp it up a bit.
Yeah.
See where the men were, and I found out they were stomping on my face. All right, Mike. I got
a great one here. What, Mike? What could the Patriots defense learn from a hockey perspective? The Bruins seem to have figured things out. They're not allowing a goal on the first possession of their opposing team. Why do the Patriots defense seem to be doing this?
I don't know. I feel like I turned a corner this week, and when it happened, I just was like, yep, that's what they do, but don't worry, it's going to get better.
That's me weeks ago. I'm way ahead of you, buddy. I'm used to it.
I know. Well, I think to some extent, this is kind of how NFL defense, I think, is played these days, where, maybe you do give up some yards in the middle of the field a little bit, but this defense has been lights out when it's come down to the crunch time and having to make a play, needing to step up. I mean, they've done it over and over again. It's been really impressive to watch. Just a totally different style of defense than I've been used to watching around here. So it's taken a little bit of time to adjust to it, but they're doing some great stuff, especially in the run.
It was theorized yesterday, someone on Felger and Maz, not one of the hosts, I don't believe. I think it was a caller who said something to the effect of, well, the Patriots are kind of letting that happen on the first possession of these games to really get a good look at the offense, to kind of see what they're coming with, and then they're making the adjustments afterward. What do you think of that theory?
I don't know about that.
Why don't you just ask for the playbook in exchange for points before the game? Right. Like, you just go to it and you go, if you give us your playbook, we'll spot you 10 points.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You do about
No, I think what the coaches have been pointing to is teams spend all week scheming up what the Patriots defense does, and then once they run out of those tricks and you get into the game declaring itself and you have to play straight up, it gets a little easier for the Patriots defense. But I don't think that they're in any way going to allow that to happen. I think early in games, there's certainly an element of feeling teams out, seeing what they're going to do. But, you want to get a stop. You got to get a stop. And I think as we get here into the, crunch time of the season, this is when they got to start stepping up a little bit. Be great to see them come out Thursday night against the Jets and set a tone. I think they have to do it to just let that game declare itself immediately for the Patriots and put the Jets in a hole.
Mike, I was reading some of the numbers after the game on Sunday, and it surprised me. I mean, Christian Gonzalez is widely believed to be one of the best 5 or 6 cornerbacks in the league, and teams are throwing at him. Or am I not reading this right? It just seems that Atlanta and last week Tampa Bay kept throwing the ball his way. He's defending very well, but it just seems odd that they try and pick on him.
Yeah, I think they target him a little bit on early downs. I think you're seeing more of the Patriots playing zone defense now, especially early on. So some of those where he's dropping back and they take, the easy 5 yards, that feeds into kind of what I was saying. Maybe you'll allow them a little bit of that. But when it gets to third down, and you're right, they're targeting him. But, I mean, last week against Drake London was a great battle. I think you're seeing, even this week against Ibuka, he really, Gonzalez, one-on-one in man coverage, that's what he does. But, it's not anymore where they're playing mostly man coverage throughout. So it does allow some catches underneath, but man, when it gets to man coverage, I think you see the player that Christian Gonzalez is. And especially last week against London, it to me was a perfect example of why you need that kind of uber athletic shutdown corner who, look, it's not going to be every down, but on those got to have it moments. And, we saw it earlier this year with Buffalo, big play from Gonzalez there, coming through like the rest of the defense. When you got to have it and it's crunch time, that's when Gonzalez is stepping up.
Drake May had a really good game, except for that one horrific interception. Does it bother you at all that afterward he said essentially, I wouldn't change anything? And he said, yeah, the game plan, the decision, all of it, bad execution. But other than that, no, if he could take it back, he wouldn't.
Well, I think that's what we're learning to experience with the Drake May. I mean, you got to give him a little bit of leeway, and there will be some plays, but at the same time, when he's going out of bounds, I'd love to see him, maybe be a little bit more decisive about it. But at the same time, he's the kind of player that can make those plays late in the down with 1 foot halfway out of bounds, and he can fire a dot downfield. So it's, again, just like the defense, it's different than what we've been seeing, and it takes a little bit of getting used to. But I think, as Josh McDaniels alluded to a week or so ago, you kind of have to take the good with the bad sometimes with a player this athletic. And it's just been unbelievable watching what Drake has done and the strides he's taken this year. I mean, when I talked to you guys, I think this summer, he's having a good camp, but we didn't see anything like this. He's playing out of his mind, and every week he's just making throws that make you go, wow.
And it's elevated this rookie class, which has got to be very exciting because it looks like almost everyone's contributing now.
That's what's exciting about it. And, I point quickly to a guy like Craig Woodson. I mean, you're going to give all the attention right now to, to Henderson and Williams for those big plays that they had last week. But, you look right down the roster and, I'd say all but one or two of those guys who are maybe on the practice squad are coming through and contributing. And that's a huge thing that this team needed. Last year's draft class isn't, there's not much left there. But if they can continue to hit drafts like they've hit this draft this year, and going back to Woodson, a guy who's playing every snap for you, you saw maybe some growing pains early on, but I think he's starting to come on as well. So that's what this team needs. They need to start stacking good draft classes around Drake May and building this team out around him, really filling up the depth. But what they've done this year in year one has been pretty remarkable.
All right, so Kyle Williams, he had the touchdown, but still 2 targets. Do you see anything from him watching film? Is he going to be a contributor now? Should people be excited, or was this fast guy got a good pass and took off?
It was definitely a good pass, but this is a lot of what we were hoping for from him. You saw him at Washington State with that speed to pull away from guys, and we'll see. Booty maybe still a little bit limited. Not sure that he's going to be able to go on a short week, and this is what you hope for. A guy gets hurt, and then you have another younger player get an opportunity and step up. Love Kyle Williams' speed. I think that's one element of the offense that I'd love to see a little bit more of is the catch and run. I mean, Drake's been lights out downfield with those pinpoint throws, but to add an element of speed where a guy like Kyle Williams maybe can do exactly what he did, catch a little underneath pass and then turn the jets on and pull away, be a great new element to add to this offense. It seems like each week they're kind of adding something new, and hopefully they can continue to do that through Thursday night.
Are you worried about the depth for this team? What do you think about the trade deadline and then not adding any depth? I mean, the injuries tend to stack up the later you go into the season.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, the running back position, and certainly that game on Sunday, it seemed a little bit scary there for a second when it looked like Henderson might have been banged up, and you might be rolling with Dearness Johnson, who arrived last week, to get out there on the other side of the ball and make some plays. And you see Henderson getting his chance to finally show what he showed this summer. So I hear you. I mean, it's definitely a little tenuous, I'd say, at the running back position right now. Hopefully Stevenson is trending upward. With his limited availability yesterday through that walkthrough. Maybe that's a good sign for they got to get him back. It's hard to see them getting through with just Henderson, but at the same time gives chance to younger players. But you're right. I mean, defensive end, running back, you hope you can get to the end of the season and not have another critical injury at those spots.
Do you limit snaps because you're playing the Jets on a short week? Like, do you see them juggling personnel in a way to kind of save guys?
I mean, it's tough. You saw the injury report yesterday. There's a lot of guys banged up. So I think we even saw this week in Tampa, maybe that was due to the humidity a little bit, that you saw maybe a little bit more rotation on the defensive side of the ball early. But you could just feel it yesterday in the locker room. It's a quick turnaround for these guys, and they're getting a lot of treatment and, yada, yada, yada. We've talked about it all the time. Thursday night games, nobody loves them. But for a team that's been going 10 straight weeks, little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel. If they could just, suck it up, bang this one out, get a win, and then you got a little bit of a break, chance to catch your breath. Then we'll see how this team handles a little bit going off schedule. It's been so regimented over these first 10 weeks. Now they're going to get into Thursday night football, Monday night football, some weird stuff. So we'll see if a young team's able to keep this momentum they've had, even though the schedule's about to change a little bit.
All right, and I'm asking everyone now, will Justin Fields have over 100 yards passing?
I don't think so, man. It's hard,
two.
especially without Garrett Wilson. It's hard to ask. I think it's going to be a whole bunch of Breece Hall on the ground, through the air. That's the guy they got to stop, and you should feel pretty good about it with the way the Patriots' run defense has been playing.
How are they against tight ends? Mason Taylor is a big up and comer, they say, even though I haven't seen him do anything.
That's a great point, Fred. And I think I was on with you guys this summer talking about, Zach Ertz in the Commanders joint practice. We saw him have a lot of success. Then we went out to Minnesota. We saw TJ Hawkinson have some success, and it's somewhat carried over into the season. Even Cade Otton last week, going to him in a critical spot. Patriots defense stepped up there, but he had a really good game. So I think that without Garrett Wilson, you're right. I think Mason Taylor's the guy to watch. Certainly that's a spot in the Patriots defense that they've had some struggles with. So yeah, I think they should try to target him. Might be their only way to really move the ball through the air.
Well, if you asked me, I've watched every Jet game, obviously. If you lined up every Jets player, every Jets receiver that is active, I could pick out Alan Lazard if he is active. And then if you said name the other guys, as someone who's watched every game, there's not a chance I could name any of the guys, because some of them have only been on the team for a week. So who knows who these guys are? They were high draft picks for other teams, but who knows who they are?
I mean, I feel I got a good friend who's a Jets fan, and he's been in this forever. And man, I feel a little bit for him. I mean, I know it's a rivalry, but man, it's just, Patriots are lucky that they were able to, get Drake May.
And that's the thing,
like
luck.
You're heading in the right direction, but
yeah, it's luck. You lottery to quarterback in there.
Yeah.
And now
you stink in the right year, and you get the third quarterback, and there you go.
No, you guys get. You get who you get, and you don't get the Zach Wilsons of the world. That's where, or you don't get a Sam Darnold and ruin him, and then watch him succeed somewhere else.
I have 3 Jaws trivia questions for you, Deuce.
But it's winter, Hardy. I thought we were on to like Better Off Dead questions now.
Oh, I could probably do those off the top of my head.
Yeah. What Van Halen song?
Oh, everybody wants some, right?
Yeah, all right. What's the name of the neighbor across the street?
Oh, geez, with the Aardvark jackets, right?
No, the neighbor, the
Ricky?
Okay, very good.
Ricky? Oh, come on.
Fat kid with the glasses. Okay.
Good documentary on Ricky, by the way. I don't want to get into it here, but yeah.
Why not? Why don't you want to get into it? What happened?
Well, that's the whole Drake and Josh thing with that guy. So.
Oh, yeah. That's a horrible situation.
Who would have thought?
The name of the mountain that he's trying to ski?
Oh, man. The K2.
Is it the K2 or the K12?
I thought it was the K2.
Okay. All right.
I might be wrong. I think it was the K2.
It's funny that you focus, because Jaws is considered by most a great movie. Better Off Dead is absolutely
great
terrible.
Movie.
Yeah.
Also a great movie.
You guys really thought Better Off Dead was good?
At the time.
At the time, I did.
Yeah.
Look, it doesn't obviously stand up, but yeah, I thought it was good when I first.
I thought it was dumb when I was a kid. I was too busy watching Mommy Dearest and getting very frightened.
He's skiing on one ski.
Oh yeah, but they're like snorting the snow and like it's cocaine. Like
Charles DeMar is a classic
street
character.
value of this mountain.
Right?
Yeah, I know. It's just like I get it. Like, what, you're so dumb that you don't know this isn't cocaine. This is snow. You're at a ski mountain.
He's no dummy.
What's the little brother's nickname?
Booger.
Oh God. Right. Oh man. Oh, this is good. It's not Rabbit. It's something like that, though, right?
It's not the Beaver. They call him.
What is it?
It's the Badger.
Oh,
the Badger.
You know more than Douso.
I got to brush up.
All right, Mike Douso.
Very good.
I got a parking pass now for Thursday night's game, so we're rolling on all cylinders.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
We're going all cylinders.
You're going to be there early enough. You could pop into Patriots pregame with Deuce
right.
and Perillo. And
we'll give you a depth chart. You can see who the Jets receivers are.
Yeah, well, I need it, and so will you, and so will Rich Samini. I got news for you. You could be at every practice and not know who they are, and that's not an exaggeration. And the good part about that, and I'm being serious, is maybe they're good. Who knows? I mean, they're high picks, some of these guys, for other teams that, Minnesota, that's a very, very difficult depth chart to crack.
I'm going to check the passing yards props on Justin Fields.
It's got to be over under 125. That's my guess. I mean, because he can pop. There's been a couple games, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, where he pops. And then there's games where he can't throw.
Oh, John Mechie. I recognize that name.
There you go.
Hey, John Mechie.
Yeah, he was in
Alabama.
Cocoon.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. John Mechie, yes. He was a second-round pick in 2022. I know that because of the internet. All right, Mike Douso, thank you.
All right, fellas. Thanks.
All right, there you go. There you go. The great Mike Douso. He was a Houston pick, John Mechie.
Yes.
Arian Smith, do you recognize that name?
No.
He was a fourth-round pick out of
I
Georgia.
recognize Adonai Mitchell because they just traded for him.
Yeah, and that kid was that was the second-round pick from Indianapolis.
Okay.
They insisted Indianapolis put him in the deal, so they like him. Whatever. Look, you get a new coach and you get a new quarterback, and it all hits, and then you just got to live with it. You know, you got to sit there and live with it, and then you go to the game on Thursday because you can get on the field, and then you expect the worst, and then it will deliver. And then you will leave at halftime, and you'll get a good night's rest, and you'll talk about it the next day.
Patriots are double-digit favorites for only the second time since Tom Brady left.
Yeah, what was it against Jacksonville? They were like 17.
Last week of the season.
Yeah,
something like
17 and a half,
Yeah.
21.
I'm
I
telling
think.
you,
right.
what if it's like a 35-0 game, but there's like a million injuries?
It would
because
suck.
of the short week. Yeah, that
it
would be
suck.
no good.
That would be awful.
You got to hope that doesn't happen. You know.
Can't find a passing prop on Justin Fields.
Yeah, they
Smart
well,
people.
they haven't announced him the starter, so that might
Yeah,
be why.
that's probably why.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Yeah, and you don't want any part of Tyrod Taylor because he's surgical. 55-year-old man, you don't think he can read your defense? All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
More Toucher and Hardy on the way.
On HI.
Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
You know, I got an idea for a bit. The email bit. We should do the email bit. It's a great idea. Let's do the email bit.
You are
All
a
right.
study, man. You really are.
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, it's just Hardy and I were talking about it. He was talking about how he will eat certain things and then he'll, like, if he has sweets, like, he crashes afterwards. And I was telling him, like, Rich Roll, who's like an endurance vegan athlete, he's an recovered alcoholic. I like listened to his book, and he's like talking about food, like it has this tremendous effect on him. Like he eats this food, like when he went vegan, he all of a sudden ran 30 miles. Like he just like ran. He was a college athlete, but he like ran 30 miles. Like this food like had all this effect on him. And like I'll eat something healthy. Like I had kale and fruit and yogurt smoothie this morning, and I don't feel any different. I can't tell. I could have had 4 hamburgers for breakfast, and I can't tell. It's like I just don't. My moods and the way I feel, like in terms of energy, doesn't really swing that much.
It's just an impenetrable cauldron that exists within your body, Fred.
No, it's just like I have a kind of like a baseline amount of energy. Like I'll be tired if I don't sleep, and I'll get like more anxiety if I don't sleep. But in terms of like what I eat, like I just don't. I don't have great swings.
See, the coffee for me is just necessary during the week, and I don't feel like that much different because of it. But on the weekends, when I sleep in till like 6:30, 7 o'clock, after my first cup of coffee, you give me 30 minutes after that first cup of coffee, and I get more done by 10 a.m. on the weekends than I will the entire rest of the day. Like it like I can feel it. It's like coursing through me.
But that's also sleep. Like sleep, I obviously feel like your emotions are different. Your brain operates differently. Like I didn't have any sleep yesterday, and more than usual. Like I could tell I wasn't coming up with the information that I wanted, even as poorly as I normally do. It was still like a difference. So sleep, I can tell. Food, not as much. But someone who needs to change something in their life is Nick. If I could please, without Nick's interruption, read 2 emails that I received back to back.
Oh, yeah.
Eric says, 2 days in a row now I've tweeted at Nick because the show has been late to be uploaded online. Right after I tweet him, poof, the show magically appears. It's either a hell of a coincidence or he's not uploading the shows until someone pokes him. Who's to say? Now, this is another one. Nick in the podcast. Oh, whoops. I erased the one that I wanted to read. You're lucky.
Oh, is it the description one?
I don't know. You read.
Yes. I've got it here. Hour 2 has the following description for the podcast. Due to copyright restrictions, a portion of the first segment has been removed. What the hell are you guys talking about? Do your job, Bill's version, and Gold Digger and Chapel Bill? Or did Tanquay get greedy over his copyrighted version of sex toys shaped like lost limbs?
It is weird because when you upload podcasts now, there's like all this AI nonsense that like will block things out because of copyright stuff. And it's just negotiating with the computer. So there's really no way of pinpointing what is acceptable and what's not. So as we adjust to a new world of AI, like you're kind of like having to figure out what a computer thinks about things. There's no one to ask. It's just a computer. And it sounds simple and old.
Correctamundo.
But I don't think that any of you could tell me, or anyone out there that's not intimately involved with the AI, and then that apparently evolves, exactly what is acceptable and what's not. So that is not Nick's fault. What I do get every day is Nick. I don't even bother Nick with him anymore because it just becomes so routine. Is that the podcast is not up, or not up in a reasonable fashion. And then back there, they all go, oh, they change things. They change things. With the changing things. Who cares? Deal with it, you fools.
Corey emailed.
I live with fools.
We didn't mention this yesterday. Big Patriots Monday. Yesterday was the 50th anniversary of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, which it was such a thing where we grew up, Fred.
It didn't get you the rent control department, though.
Not going to throw it onto the background because then we'll have to cut this segment out of the podcast.
Oh, yeah. No, that was the not the Lusitania. What was it?
I don't remember. It's a Seinfeld reference.
Andrea.
Oh, yeah.
The Andrea Door.
Yeah. But no, I can still remember the lines that I had to sing as we performed that song in school. And everybody got 2 or 4 lines to sing. But it was, that's part of growing up.
That will stick with you forever. If you had a thing in a grade school musical, those songs will stick with you forever.
Captain White and he had water coming in, and
Yeah.
the good ship and crew were in peril.
Think about being all tied up in knots and cast into a furnace of fire. That's from my Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. I can't remember which one I was, but I was one of them in a cantata.
What song did you have to sing when you were dressed up as? What was it for you, John? Was it some kind of tribute to Lucky Lindy?
No.
After he had made his big crossing.
No,
Spirit of St. Louis?
Valley Forge. That's where we went back to. I think it was You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown.
Oh.
You're the kind of reminder we need, mobility, humility, and a sense of honor that are very rare indeed.
Quite a school system you went to. With your what did you do with Beetle Bailey?
Yep.
Afterwards,
back in the day.
Yeah,
John, it was
Good Man, Charlie Brown.
Gasoline Alley.
Yeah. They had a very pretty girl do Brenda Starr. It was something else. I just realized so when I was in elementary school for the church, my line was, think about being all tied up in knots and cast into a furnace of fire. That has something to do with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, but I like the Old Testament violence. I don't even know, it didn't stick in.
I like Shadrach from the Beastie Boys. That I like, but you can't play that either. We don't want this to get cut out. Mitch says, I can't be the only listener who runs into a problem and thinks, what would some poverty-stricken, sanctimonious hipster music snob do in this situation? The fans need wisdom. Ask Adam 12 should be a weekly bit.
Well, we kind of do that on Fridays when you go to things.
Yeah.
But just like when I wanted to know why What's-Her-Face was a gay icon, I immediately had to ask Adam, why is it a gay icon? You know?
I think the Golden Girls stood in for a lot of young gay people back in the day, that maybe they didn't have supportive female roles in their lives.
I think it's worse. I think it's B. Arthur was like cartoonishly mannish, and that's why that they the gay culture is surrounded itself around Golden Girls.
And the
I think
campiness of it too, obviously.
Yeah, but I think there's a
talked about
certain meanness to it.
Oh yeah.
You know, I think B. Arthur was aware of it, and now she's dead, and there's nothing you can do to make it up to her.
I think
Adam.
I think
well
this
done,
is
stupid.
a different Mitch. He said, what you don't see in the Dondero video is Joe Murray's part in this and why he is to blame.
Oh.
Joe Murray is wearing a snappy scally cap, making him a dead ringer for Dom DeLuise. This inspired Dondero to channel Burt Reynolds and do the spit take. So I have not seen this portion of the video, but does Joe Murray ever wear a scally cap?
I've not seen him wear one, but I certainly wouldn't put it past him.
I know, yeah, he was trying to egg him on so he'd get fired so Joe could take back his right position as the point man on the post-game show. He was luring him in. He fed him the question to ask about if Drake May was the MVP, and then the spit take when informed that only one writer had him as his MVP. I'll ask you as a Patriots fan, John, do you have any desire to see Drake May win the MVP other than it would document his good performance? Like, does it mean anything to you for him to be named MVP?
No.
Yeah,
God,
that's strange to me. Like, why would you care?
I've been a Patriot fan longer than anyone else. There's not I don't care. I care if they win a Super Bowl. I don't care if the kid wins an MVP on the way.
Yeah, like it's
Doesn't
interesting to have the debate because it's interesting to compare different players to each other and how they're performing and your interpretation of it. And it's an interesting conversation when you're talking about sports to say which player is most responsible for his team's success, because there's no perfect science to it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, other than the conversation being interesting, like to be so vested in it that you'd be incredulous at someone not agreeing with your opinion.
No.
Like, that means that you care.
It was a little surprise. Like, Bert showed me that thing that they were referencing on Sunday, and I was a little surprised.
Yeah.
Oh, only one guy thought about it?
Of course, but being surprised
yes.
being surprised is
not to
because
the
it's
point
interesting.
of physical, like, pratfalls.
I don't know why you would care. And like, they're idiots. Like, okay, if they're idiots, but like, what do you care?
Is there any sport where you do care? I guess I've cared a little bit about hockey awards, but Not much.
See, I cared about the All-Star teams when I was a kid because it would mean they were playing in the All-Star game.
See, it's different when you're a kid because everything means everything to you.
Yeah,
like like in the mid-'80s when Larry Bird was winning MVPs, someone else was mentioned. No, our guy is the best.
Well, okay, so here's the thing.
But you have to be...
Here might be the problem, and I'll address this, and then you guys can tell me if you agree or not. Mad Dog was on Dan... Oh, God, this is so insulting, and I don't mean... Katie Nolan's... I was going to say Dan Soder's wife. Katie Nolan's podcast.
Yeah.
Who we love. And Katie Nolan's extremely talented. She did a great interview with Mad Dog. And Mad Dog said, look, this sports space is so cluttered that you have to have like a genuine enthusiasm. And he said, don't let anyone tell you. If you cover sports, the longer you do it, the less invested you become. Like you don't. It's hard for, like, he's been in for 40 years. He's saying it's hard for 40 years to live and die by these outcomes. And and then I think kind of his point was you have to stay excited, but there has to be, like, some realism to it. And I just don't believe if you're over the age of 18, or maybe even 16 or 15, that you care that much if Drake May wins the MVP. That you're, like, disgusted with the notion that someone else would win.
I'll give it up to 20 or 21.
See, I was out completely during my 20s, almost. Okay. When I got out of college, I started paying attention again. But when I was in college, I told you I walked by the common room because, again, no cable in the rooms. Mm-hmm. I'm very old. But I walked by the common room, and I saw that the Jets were on, and it was January. And I'm like, the Jets are in the playoffs? It was Boomer Esiason. He was playing. And I remember that vividly because I just didn't care. I didn't care about anything on TV. We didn't have TV. I lived 4 years without TV.
You know what's wild? There's no TVs in the dorm rooms now either.
Yeah, but they got those knick-knack gadgets.
All that. Seriously, I've been to my daughter's dorm now, 3-4 times? And I saw one room that had a big TV set up, but it was for gaming.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anyone's in there watching TV on a TV.
Well, there's this show called... it's about a high school teacher in Austin. It's good. It's about a gay high school teacher in Austin. It's a funny show. And there's this scene where him and his boyfriend are on, and he's like in his 30s, and him and his boyfriend are on this like weekend getaway, and they're in the hotel room watching shows on their laptop. And I was thinking, TV right in the room, still watching shows on your laptop. You could get Netflix on the hotel TV. Why is everyone they like the small screens?
I don't like it.
Nice and big.
No, give me the big TV.
Bigger than your head. I want the heads on TV to be bigger than my head. It's the whole point, man. The bigger TV, it's a surrogate penis. Big. You want a bigger one. What? It proves your manhood. Oh. Got an 80-incher in here. Ooh. It's a man of means. Sure, they're only $500 now, but nonetheless, and with inflation, that's not much. But what are you going to do? All right, look, we got to end this thing sooner or later.
Yeah.
And so that's going to come up in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Bruins have won 6 in a row. They'll try to beat Toronto for a second straight game tonight at TD Garden. Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers have the pregame at 6:30 and the face-off at 7 here on...
people listen to Toucher and Hardy?
Because it's a thing.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
No idea what you're talking about.
Here's more of The Thing on the Sports Hub. We know what you're thinking. What could I possibly have missed from the show? It's time for The Stack on Toucher and Hardy.
All right, we're Toucher and Hardy. Listen at the end of this segment for a chance to win a pair of tickets to see the Patriots take on the Jets Thursday night at Gillette Stadium. I will be there. All my ducks are in a row. I'm very fortunate to be take my son on the field again, but we will not wear Jets memorabilia. We will go incognito.
The parking pass is key, and as I said before the show, it's not necessarily for getting there, it's for getting out.
I think I have a friend who wants to accompany my son and I. He's getting 2 tickets to the game, and I think he's going to drive, which makes it all the better. So I can pretend I'm Francesa and that I have Julio driving me, as his great driver Julio once did. I have to tell you this, is I have to hand it to George. Now, last week we had our incident with George in the cafe downstairs where George started talking in language that it was English, but it was language.
So I am a champion of the people.
Yeah, he started saying a bunch of nonsense.
It's just something that travels with me, yes.
And it freaked me out because it was almost like
once you're NWO for life.
One of us smoked DMT. It was like one of us was not on the same spiritual plane as the other.
Shout out to Sarge.
And I had mentioned that when I was looking for and George, this is a positive story, so follow me. I gained a lot of respect for George.
Yeah, you stay right there, buddy.
And George was, back last week, George was coming to the elevators, and I was going into the elevator, and I was like, oh, God, what if he gets on the elevator with me and we get stuck? That would be hell. So fast forward to today. I'm going down to the mezzanine level to the cafe to get myself a soda pop. And George is waiting at the elevator bank, and George says, the elevator comes, and George goes, go ahead. And I went, what? And he goes, go ahead. And I went, oh. And he goes, I go, George, come on, get on the elevator with me. And we got on the elevator together. So I will say this. George listened to what I said, and I was kidding. I mean, it was a fleeting thought that I was kind of thought would be funny to say on the air. Usually when I'm insulting someone, it's someone I like, and they're these just asinine thoughts that I don't really mean. George had just said a bunch of stuff I didn't understand, and I thought it would be funny to craft a scenario where we're stuck in an elevator together. That was the idea. But George, without putting me down or making himself a martyr, was like, go. He was like, I'm going to take you at face value and challenge this notion that you won't get on the elevator with me. And I thought to myself, George, a good guy. Mm-hmm. Now, he doesn't make any sense, but that made sense.
So I am a champion of the people.
So it got me to feel like a common man by letting him on the elevator with me, which was a big win for the T. You understand?
It all comes back around.
My narcissism knows no bounds,
How about
Jonathan. Knows no bounds.
You're not like the NFL owners when they're taking the elevator up at Gillette, where it's like everyone has to stay off.
Yeah.
No, that's
I've seen that.
It's remarkably annoying, and there's
why.
There's a bunch of number one, there's like 1 or 2 elevators at Gillette, at least that people can access. Maybe only the one.
I think
so. Everybody going up from field level up to the press box or even up to concourse level, you got to take this one elevator. And if you show up at the wrong time, as we often did, we finished a Patriots pregame, and then walk over to the elevator and like, stand by, guys. There's one coming, but the Hunt family is coming, and they need to go up to the blue level to go to their suite. And there would be sometimes 2 groups of them because they would travel with like such a huge party. So you have to stand there, wait for the elevator to come, run them up, and then come back down for you, or make a second run for them to take everybody up there. And you just got to wait. You weren't allowed to get on the elevator with the dignitaries, the visiting owners. It happened a lot.
That's weird because the most uncomfortable elevator ride, and it wasn't even that uncomfortable, was when Peter Chiarelli was GM of the Bruins. And so I was around the Bruins back then like a lot. Like at games, I'd be in the locker room. Like I went to practices. Like I was around. So, and Peter Chiarelli was always super weird. Like he's just a weird guy. It's not even like a bad guy. He's just super weird. And my kids were little. and I was with my son, and my son and I got on the elevator, and Shirley knew who I was, and we just like locked eyes, and then it was this interminable time in the elevator where we had acknowledged each other's presence, but there was just this vibe of weirdness. And then so he was like, I was like, hey, how you doing? And he's like, I am fine. And like my kid's like, what's up with the robot?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. He's weird. He's like, don't you know that guy? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, he doesn't like you. And I'm like, I don't even think that's the case.
No.
I just think he doesn't deal. He doesn't like interpersonal relations.
But I understand the team owners not wanting to ride with, ruffians like me and Karen Garigi and
It's like you
and
gotta-
Chris Gasper and Perillo and Douso. No, we can't ride be in the same elevator with you.
Well, that's the
people.
thing is that everyone's kind of been through security and vetted. Like
Right.
everyone that's on that
You
is-
got to go through real security when you're going through that gate. You
They
have that access.
don't want any of you firing an errant question at them during the
Well,
elevator
just
ride.
go. Just ask me a question. Just say, how's the weather?
How are you doing, Fred?
Hey, okay. I hope it's a great game, but I'm here. I can't.
He didn't
really
even
talk
answer
right
your
now.
question, but he still got out of
Yeah.
it. He still managed to get through.
Not
the thing.
a difficult 5 seconds. Just don't be a weirdo. Just go, hey, yeah. We're looking for a good game. It's a whole thing. All right, caller number 10 right now to the contest line 617-931-0985. We'll get a pair of tickets to see the Patriots take on the Jets Thursday night, where someone very honorable will be able to ride the elevator with Woody Johnson, the greatest owner in sports. So enjoy that on Thursday. I will be there.
One of the good ones.
That's right. He self-made man, except for the money he got from the Johnson & Johnson fortune.
Which was really just a stipend.
What I like is when there's someone who's like gotten $100 million, and he turned it into $1 billion, and it's like, why? Oh wow, that's difficult. To generate
What'd
wealth
you do?
from wealth.
Put it in a mutual fund?
Yeah, like would you put it in the bank? like would you put it in the bank in the '80s when they were returning like 8%?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real mystery how you accumulated that wealth there, sir.
I bet you Woody doesn't travel with the team anymore, does he?
How the hell would I know? I don't know.
I wonder if he
Everyone
actually
seemed to
does.
like Christopher when he was the
Yeah.
owner. When Woody was over with the Trump administration in London, they all thought that was when the Jets were operating like a clock. They didn't win anything, but apparently it was much more pleasant to be around. I wish upon wish that he would be that it's all untrue and that he's a good owner, because that's the one thing you can't change. Like, he owns the team and you root for the team, and that's just the way it is. He's not going to retire. He's not going to, he's there for quite some time.
It's just the way it is. Some things will never change.
Well, think about the Lions when they had the crap owner until his daughter took over. It was a disaster for decades, and he didn't care. He didn't know what was going on. He was the idiot son of Ford.
William Clay,
and he was
Matt
very
Millen.
forgiving.
Matt Millen stayed there for a long time.
He wasn't there for a long time, but he was there enough to have them not win a game.
long enough.
And then I'll get into the whole story about how they put him on TV, and Detroit had to run it, so they ran a scroll underneath it that they weren't responsible for Matt Millen being on the TV. That actually happened. The year he was fired, he was doing studio work for whatever network was carrying the playoffs, and they had to run a scroll underneath because
It's not our decision.
Yeah, because the network was like, "You're an affiliate, you're putting this on," and they were like panicking, and so they ran a scroll that it wasn't their fault. That's how good a GM Matt Millen was. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. That'll do it for us. Bye.
Talk to you tomorrow. Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.